What's up, everyone? It's Nothing is Perfect. It's Russell Holiday. It's Canucks game night. Why is that whale not swimming in the corner of my... Okay. He was stuck there for a minute. Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. My name is Russell Holiday, and today we're here to watch the Vancouver Canucks versus the Seattle Kraken again. 4 times we've already played them. Well, this will be the 4th time, so I guess we're getting a lot of Kraken to start the season. So, what are we going to do today? So, we're going to start off, as we always do, by saying hello to all you beautiful people before we get into the action. And then, there's me. I don't know. I feel like fighting tonight, I guess. It's kind of interesting. There's Rev Trev. So, Rev Trev will be here, and so will Dustin Boydell. There's Dobby. I realized that last stream, we actually didn't have Dobby on the stream at all. So, we're going to have to make sure we get Dobby in on the action. But if we're looking at the lineup between the Vancouver Canucks and the Seattle Kraken, we're going to start off with the stats that you want, but you don't really need after we say hello. We're going to go through the Canucks starting lineup. I should double check that too, because I know the goaltending was a bit up in the air. So we'll double check that. And then during the first intermission, Dustin Boydell will be by for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. We'll go through the ups and downs of the first period, and we'll get into all the latest Canucks news of the day. During the second intermission today, like I said, Kempner Canucks, Mr. Rev Trev, in the flesh, coming on the show. We'll chat about everything that is Vancouver Canucks so far this preseason / training camp. Get his updates on everything he thinks is going on in Canuckland. And then post-game, we got Dustin Boydell coming back for the Rusty and Dusty post-game show. And we'll wrap up everything that happened in the action against the Kraken tonight. So, without further ado, let's move on to the stats that you want, but you don't really need for tonight's game against the Kraken. And as last time, this is preseason, so we don't have preseason stats because they don't actually keep it. So we're going to start. Oh, wait. No, I'm skipping ahead. I got to say hello before we get into the stats. What am I doing here? Jazz says, let's Vancouver. Welcome, Jazz. Calvin99 Charlie says, yo, Jazz. And Jazz is like, Artie, what's up? And then Big Mac's like, Jazz. And he's like, I'm back. What's up, Jason Negra? How was your summer? Says Calvin99 Charlie. And then Alexander shows up again and says, sorry. Hey, what's up? Good. What about you? Okay, you guys are already chatting up a storm, so I think there was some people missed at the very beginning. Christina Anne Marie. Actually, I can bring this up. Here it is. So Christina Anne Marie was here first. McNally Zach was here. Soul Search says, greetings, people. Banal Beauty. Okay, yeah. So we're up to date. Now we're all up. Okay. So I can show you guys that. All right, let's continue on. Calvin 99 Charlie long, because of obvious reasons, laugh out loud. And then Calvin's here's like, pew, 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 pew. Go, Canucks, go. Ah! What's up, Calvin? How's it going, brother? Fidel Point, my summer sucked. No hockey, laugh out loud. Fair enough, Fidel. Is it Fidel? 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 Let me know in the comments. Is it Fidel or Fidel? Either way, hockey's back. Laugh out loud. Jazz, what's all your score predictions? My score prediction is 4-3 for the Canucks. Okay, so the Canucks win 4-3. Erwin Aquino. Are they in Seattle again? Question mark. No, Erwin. They are in Vancouver. The first game of the preseason will be played at Rogers Arena. Hey there, everyone, says HSM Fangirl Gaming. What's up? It's fun seeing on Canuck Clay the other night in the open house. Taylor Betts is here, and he's upside down. Oh, my neck's going to break if I try and do that emoji. Mike Torrance says 3-2 Canucks. Welcome, Mike Torrance. And then Calvin's like, Fangirl, sup? And then Big Mac's like, sup, Fangirl? And Fangirls Gaming says, hi, Calvin. Then Calvin99 says, hey, Mike, you was here before me? And then HSM Fangirl says, hi, Big Mac. And Erwin says, I'm waiting for the I-5 to heat up, but both teams haven't been stellar lately. That is a good point. And I love that name, the I-5. Erwin, do I have your permission to steal that? I'm going to ask for it, but I want to use it. The I-5. Where did you hear that? Or did you come up with that yourself? That's sick. Daniel Turgeon in the house. I wonder if Mike Hunt is playing tonight. Laugh out loud. I think he plays every game, doesn't he? Mike Hunt, he plays all of the games. Calvin thinking it's going to be 4-1 for Vancouver over Seattle. Oh, we spanked Seattle 4-1. Yep. Mike Torrance. Calvin, yeah, tagged the wrong one, I think. Irwin says, Daniel, gonna be a tight one. Yeah, I could see it being a tight one tonight. Big Mac, gotta ask Fangirl, what does HMS stand for? Perhaps I've missed it in the chat. Irwin, laugh out loud. Daniel likes the comment too. Mr. Turgeon. Calvin 99 Charlie. No, like subbed to Russ before me. Laugh out loud. Calvin, I think you might have been one of the first ones, but I'd have to go back and check the records. Where's Big Hog? Yeah, where is Big Hog? What is he doing with his life if he's not in chat? Oh, there he is. Oh, maybe same week, I think. And then Eric Hunter is in the chat. What's up, Eric Hunter? Nice to see you again, man. The #1 dono man so far this season, Eric Hunter, breaking his piggy bank every single game. And he says, Rusty and Dusty, Crystal, Jake Stakes Hockey, Rusty and Dusty, Swear Jar. And then Calvin 99 Charlie says, I see. Daniel Turgeon, odd, my XP goes up, then back down. Weird. That is weird. Is YouTube trying to screw you out of points, Daniel? And then Big Mac's like, Hunter! And Eric Hunter's like, hiya, Big Mac. And then Mike Torrance is like, Mac. And then Big Mac's like, sup, Mike? Then Daniel Turgeon says, Canucks gonna rock the crackheads tonight. I agree, Daniel. I think it's gonna be a good one. The Seattle lineup is very young. They did not send a lot of veterans. And the Canucks have at least, I'd say, 2 lines that are pretty much NHL ready. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Irvin is first as usual. Laugh out loud. Yeah, he's out here mining XP. I'll go 4-3 Canucks. HSM Fangirl going with 4-3. Daniel Turgeon. Well, when everyone goes up, then back down again. No wonder. Oh, okay. Because I think it's because you can only get like 75 XP per hour or something like that. So I think that might be the reason. And then Calvin's just out here dabbing away. Like, do people still dab? Is that a thing? My God. Like and subscribe, everyone. Let's get this out to as many people as we can. Yes, absolutely. First goal for PD tonight. Yay! Yeah, I hope so. PD skating on a top line with a couple of wingers, which I won't spoil, but we'll get to it once we do the lineup. I would say first goal for my boy Linus Karlsson, but he's not playing tonight. Cancel the Foot Clan now. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know, right? How dare he not do the Foot Clan, eh? LFG says Van Isle Beauty. Russell says Jazz. Blue Jays win, says Big Hog Hockey. Hey, Russell, says Daniel. Hey, Daniel. There's a new Orca character on the World of Chell. Interesting. So you can like put it on the jersey, what you're saying? Taylor Betts, I just gave myself a Charlie horse. What the heck? Why would you do that? Was that on purpose? Ouch. Where's the Charlie horse? Was it in your leg? Was it in your arm? Where was it? Which part of your body did you give yourself a Charlie horse? 2 more wins and they win the AL East. Yep. Let's hope they can pull it out, eh? Eric Hunter. Bettman is 4CG a rivalry. Yeah. I mean, we've played them 4 times, so maybe that's what he's trying. Happy Sedin twins. Yep. We'll talk about that with Dustin in the first intermission. Van Isle Beauty, so dank, massive head, EA stole Fingers style. Interesting. So they actually have Finn in the game now, eh? Crazy. Russ started a bit over a year ago with 126 to 127 subs. Now he's got 1919. Ooh. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Van Isle Beauty with the intimidating chrome eyebrows. The chrome eyebrows on the whale, eh? Mimi, what's up, Mimi? Let's go, Nucks. Mike Torrance waiting for Ohtani to do something special in the playoffs. Do you think the Dodgers are probably going to win again, right? Like, are we talking about a 3-peat? Big Hog Blue Jays! Intimidating chrome eyebrows. Should I dye my eyebrows chrome? Then I'll be more intimidating. Big Mac Blue Jays! And then Daniel Turgeon's like, go Canucks, go! And then Van Albie is like, looking like big eyes. Let's fucking go! Swear jar. Big Hog, long time no see, says Jazz. And then Calvin McKenzie says, preach, Rev, preach. Yeah, Rev Trev will be preaching in the second intermission today. And Big Hog to Jazz is like, ha, salute. Hog, Jazz, says Mike Torrance. Cheers, Jason, says Van Isle Beauty. Calvin 99 Charlie. Anyone watch the interview with Brad May? Bro has a lot of energy. I love it. I have not seen it yet. He was on, was that 100% Canucks? I think he was on the podcast, right? Mike, let's go, says Callum McKenzie. No, Russ, I was here first. I commented yesterday. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. And then I said you were the first one. And YouTube is weird because sometimes you'll comment the day before and then it'll just like delete it before the next day. Callum says, Mike Torrance says, Callum. And then Thomas Hornbrook says, let's go, Rusty. Welcome back, Thomas. How you doing, brother? Nice to see you in chat as usual. Big Hug Hockey 4-2 Nucks is Big Hug. Swerve and Dervin 95. Preseason or not, it's Vancouver's Evander Kane's first game at Rogers Arena as a Canuck. Let's go. Absolutely. Welcome, Jay. Nice to see you, buddy. And then Canucks fan says, like, let's effing go. What's up, Canucks fan? Nice to see you. We're using the green and blue hearts. You love to see it. Callum says, hi there, fangirl. Thomas says, remember to hit that like and smash the sub button. Big Hug Hockey. I got Ben Bishop's signed jersey yesterday from a Dallas scout. Just hanging out with all the bigwigs, eh, Big Hug? Christian Gogian. Let's fucking go, baby. Welcome back, Christopher. Nice to see you. Thomas Lank, the tank in net. Let's see. Petey get 4 points. Yeah, can you imagine? I could see Petey getting 4 points tonight. Mike Hawk is a generational player. Yeah, I could see. He's got great hair, I hear. A very well-formed hair. Okay, let's check out. I'm going to quickly check on the starting lineup before I show you guys. Okay, so Lankinen is starting. So I think we are all good on the starting lineup. But let me double check what I have it as. But I'm pretty sure I had Lankinen as the starter. Yeah. Cool. So the starting lineup will be ready to go in just a moment for you guys. So Berto Brochi, what's up, my dude? Great to see this. A friend has no cable. I will send her the link to this. What's up, Sombroto? Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome back. Wow, nice. Congrats, Big Hug. Very cool, right? I also got to see and put on a Stanley Cup ring. Don't believe me? Ask Russ, Dusty, and Hachigo. Yeah, he did send me a picture in... Can I bring it up? I think I can. Oh, no, it was on Instagram. Can I bring it up on Instagram? There it is. All right. Yeah, we can bring this up. I think this works. Yeah, there it is. Proof. It's in his hand. We can't prove that it's actually his hand, but he sent me a picture of a hand holding a Stanley Cup ring. So, yeah. Big Hog. Getting to see a Stanley Cup ring, apparently. Lucky guy. Canucks fan. I say Vancouver wins 6-3, but if Seattle, then it's 6-1. Okay, so Canucks will win by a narrow margin, but if the Seattle Kraken win, they'll win by a big margin. Let's see. Bruce Hawkins, audio only tonight. Yeah. Getting the play-by-play from me tonight. Russ back. Nucks are back. So are we. Yep. Let's go Canucks. Christina, there you are. And then there's Derek Wang in the chat. I'm ready to cheer for the Vancouver Canucks. You'll love to see it. McNally in here saying it's going to be Canucks win 4-2. Keith in the chat saying 4-2 as well. Callum, let's see some aura Riz out of our home team. I hope so. Happy birthday, Sedines. Sphinx is here. You will hit 2,000 on this live stream. You think so, Sphinx? That'd be absolutely awesome. I hope so. Dan Murphy is back. I know. Abbotsford Beauty. There it is. Sorry about my last game. Great recovery, though. Daniel Turgeon with the first dono of the day. $2 coming in to the Dobby College Education Fund / Crystals Spa Fund. Thank you very much, Daniel. You've been very generous this preseason. Found the channel, and now you're donoing, and I appreciate it. There's Coach Rob Willie. What's up, Coach Rob Willie? Jaden Games is the game on. It's not started yet, my dude. They're just doing some opening ceremony stuff. I believe they're going to be doing a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation ceremony before the game, but we'll have some time to look over the stats in the lineup. Nucky88, hey, are you going to show the game tonight? I won't be showing it tonight, Nuxie, unfortunately. It is on Sportsnet, so I'm not able to show it. I actually tried. But everything is digitally coded now. It's crazy. Scrofford, Canucks are not losing tonight. Welcome, Scrofford. Nice to see you. Barkov pulling a Nash wheelchair for the playoffs. Yeah. Todd Peterson, better than surfing. What's up, Todd Peterson? Nice to see you, buddy. Canuckland in the chat. What's up, my dude? Canuckland. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the chat, brother. Nice to see you the other day. Okay. Let's hop on over to the stats that you want, but you don't really need. And then we'll do the starting lineups. But we're going to do the stats that you want, but you don't really need. All right? So we'll start there, which we just have to scroll down for. All right. So stats that you want, don't really need. This is all regular season stats between the Canucks and the Kraken, the Canucks on Friday, all that kind of stuff. But this is just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we do here on Nothing is Perfect to start the game. So Canucks on Friday. They've played on Friday 486 times. They actually have a really good record on Friday, which is rare for the Canucks. They don't have a lot of days where they're above 500, but they're 246 and 220 overall. At home, they're even better, right? 158 and 134. So they are, what is that? 24 games above 500 at home on Fridays, which is not bad at all. 2 games above 500 on the road, which is pretty rare as well. So the Canucks are a Friday night team. They love the Friday night lights. They have never played on September the 26th in the regular season because it's still the preseason. But if we were to go into the regular season, then you would get to see how good they are on a certain day of the week or month or year. Canucks versus Kraken. They have played 15 times since the Kraken entered the league. The Canucks overall are 8-6-1. They're actually not as good at home as they are on the road against the Kraken, which is kind of weird. So the Canucks are 3-3-1 in Rogers Arena against the Kraken. They've only played 7 times. On the road in Seattle, they're actually 5-3, which is kind of weird, right? Usually it's the other way around, but either way, 8-5 and 3 away, but they're 3-3. Canucks versus Kraken on Friday. They've only played once on a Friday, and that was in Seattle. And the Kraken lost to the Vancouver Canucks on a Friday. So that's the only day that they've only played once on a Friday in the regular season. The Canucks' current leading scorer against the Kraken, it is Connor Garland. 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. I'd also like to point out that Connor Garland has played all 15 games against the Kraken. The only other player on the Canucks roster that has played all of those games is the biggest enemy of the Seattle Kraken, which is Tyler Myers. So Tyler Myers, Connor Garland have played all 15 games, but Connor Garland coming in with 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points in 15 games. Kraken's current leading scorers against the Canucks, Beniers has got 6 goals in 12 games. And then McCann, our former draft pick, or our draft pick that we gave up on, has 12 assists in 15 games. So he's also played all of them. And he's got the overall points lead against the Canucks at 17 points in 15 games. So there are the stats that you want, but you don't really need. All right, let's bump on over back to the bar. And then let's hop in and look at our starting lineup. Shall we? Top line is Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser. Second line, very interesting, Evander Kane, Braden Cootes, and Jonathan Lekermacki. Third line, Krastov, Bluger, and Sherwood playing together. Should be some grit on that line. And then the fourth line is Vilmar Ulriksson, Atiratu, and Danila Klimovic wearing his new number 18. So that should be fun to see. Or wait, or is he? I think that's his new number, yeah. We'll just go with that. It's his new number. For defense tonight, we have a very familiar top pair of Quinn Hughes and Hronik playing together on the top. Second pairing, Kirill Kudratsev and Pio Joseph playing together. So we got a young guy and an old guy. And then the third line, just a bunch of young guys. DPD and Tom Willander. Vilander. And then Kevin Blankinen, starting goaltender. And then I also included Tolopilo. I'm not sure if he'll actually get in, but you may see him get maybe a period at the end. I don't know what the plan is, but they have kind of been going 2 goalies per night. So there's your starting lineup for the Vancouver Canucks tonight. Looks like they're doing the national anthems right now. Yeah, they're doing the American national anthem. I got a new remote too, by the way, boys and girls. I got the, it's the, what is it? The Amazon Fire Stick or whatever. So I can watch the game on my TV. Okay, now they're singing "Oh Canada." All right, let's jump back into chat. McNally using all the Canucks colors. Dijon Mustard is here. What's up, Dijon Mustard? I said maybe. Mike Hawk sounds like a good player. Daniel Hawk. Yeah. Shorty, we've missed you. Yeah. Oh my God. I love Shorty. Santa. Oh man, yesterday I went to pick up a queen size bed. When I went to go put the frame in the back of the truck, it somehow cut me. Now my finger's messed up. What the heck, bro? Hopefully you got some good first aid. Jazz, is Santa not a thing anymore? I've been sub since 300. Yeah, you have been here since, I think that would probably be like game 2 of the preseason last year. Coil cut, Calvin. Yeah. Yeah, it's those coils in there. They're sharp. Should have paid for delivery. I should have stole it. 5-3. Van Isle says it's going to be a 5-3 Canucks win. Van Isle Beauty. Hopefully. If I actually played ice hockey, I would be the first to wear a gigantic anti-concussion helmet with pride. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Oh, Van Isle Beauty changing it to 15-6 Nucks. Hopefully. 5-1 Canucks is Coach Rob Willie. Oof. Not that bad. Just cut the long way at an angle. Okay, so it was like down your finger rather than across. That doesn't sound. Angle. Laughing and crying. And then Thomas is like, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. And we all know if you say his name 3 times, he appears, right? Is he behind me? Oh, hey, Trevor, what's up, my dude? Nice to see you back there. All right, we're about to get started here. So I'd like to propose a toast to evil. Thomas in the chat. Oh, boy, I like it. Tyson Berry getting TV time this season. Yeah, retires and immediately gets hired by the Canucks to do play-by intermission stuff, right? Callum, 5-1 Vancouver is my prediction. Saddle sent their prospects and AHLers. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. So Shannon. What's up, Shannon? Nice to see you. Always good to have you, Shannon. Van Albio, like Tyrone states, it's on TV today. Yeah. Tyrone, it is on TV today. Are you streaming the game? So we'll be doing play-by-play, but I'm not allowed to actually show the actual game. All right, we are underway in the first period of play. The Vancouver Canucks versus the Seattle Kraken. Canucks possessing to start. Hronek gives the puck away right at the blue line, putting Quinn Hughes in a tough spot. Shot to the front. Lankinen makes his first save of the season. Shannon. Kraken now control. Shot to the front of the net. Goes wide into the corner. Vancouver on the boards. Get it for a second, but then Seattle manages to keep it into the blue line. Vancouver then intercepts it, and Hronek will go off for a change while Quinn Hughes settles the puck down in his own zone. Go, Canucks, go, says Shannon. Canucks stuck in their own zone right now. Seattle with a one-man forecheck. 2 guys in the neutral zone. Looks like they're going with a 1-2-2 today. Canucks skating from right to left. Seattle skating from left to right. There's Evander Kane onto the ice. His first shift in Rogers Arena as a Vancouver Canuck. You love to see it. Skoden, says Nuxie88. Joe Fisher, Irwin Aquino. But now the cap will be for the playoffs. It was to be next season, but they changed it to this season. Yeah, Joe Fisher, you're absolutely right. So they can't screw over the salary cap this year. Tyrone states, why are the Canucks the most mid against Seattle and Vancouver? I don't know. That's so weird, right? It's very strange. So tonight's the reveal of the new PD. I hope so, Todd. Yes. Big Mac giving a $2 dono. Thank you for the dono, Mr. Big Mac. I will give you guys a countdown. I haven't done this in a long time. So let's make sure I do that so you guys can line the game up. 18, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 19, 18, 17, 16. And the Canucks go offside at the 17-second mark of the 18-minute mark of the first period. Salutations, also KJ Brazy. What's up, my dude? How many people on Seattle are from Vancouver? Well, I mean, McCann. I think McCann's the only one. Studis, Skoden, PD Revenge Tour, 25-26. Yep. All right, Canucks at center ice. Kudratsev gives the puck away. Seattle dumps the puck into the Canucks zone. Picked up there by P.O. Joseph. He rings it up the boards. Kept in by the Seattle Kraken. They'll take it into the corner. Skating up the boards. Sherwood throws a hit. Can't get the puck, though. With some support from his teammate, though. They jar the puck free. Get it to the blue line. Seattle keeps it in, though. Shot to the front of that and tipped in front by Seattle Kraken like 5 feet in front of Mr. Kevin Blankinen. And just like that, on some sloppy play in their own zone, the Vancouver Canucks have given up the lead at home at the 17:41 mark of this first period of play. Whoops. Yeah, back to the point. And what a tip, too. Yeah, Kravtsov not doing enough to prevent the guy from tipping that puck. Not tied up at all. So Kravtsov, the reason that puck ends up. Does Kravtsov have any chance, anyone? Well, he's the reason the Canucks just got scored on, so. Swear jar. Lanky, let's go. He's got baby legs. Brizchiz. Heedle is healthy. Heedle, if healthy, is legit 2C. I hope so. Seattle brings in an offside. Got the Atu-Ratu line out there now. Seattle only has one shot on net, and it has entered the net, so they are 100% shooting percentage right now, which is not great. Will the Canucks Filipino jersey be upwards of $600? Will I get one? Yes and yes. Just crying. Amazon Fire Stick. Ha ha! Amazon Fire Stick. I need a new remote. Mine is all duct tape. Oh, I got the Roku TV. Okay, so it kind of does the same thing, right? The Canucks ice the puck. The Canucks have iced the puck. Can we get a copy of the rule book in the chat for everyone out there? Someone get this guy a guitar and a mullet. Mustard! Pluto TV. Free TV, bro. Interesting. I don't know why you're saying this, Big Mac, but I'm here for it. Fuck off. $2 dono. Is that for the Seattle Kraken? Okay. I put some rule books in the chat. Now there's some swear jars in the chat. Thank you, Calvin, for getting those out. Thank you for the dono, Big Mac. 17 minutes left to go in the first period. Seattle controlling in their own zone. Pass up the boards, intercepted by Petey. Petey puts it down the boards. Over for Besser. Besser gets a one-timer shot on a good pass across from DeBrusk. The Seattle goalie is up to the task, kicks it free, and the puck gets flipped all the way down into the Canucks zone. Quinn Hughes is back on the near side to pick it up. Puts it up the boards for Brock Besser, who then puts it behind the net for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes passes it back to Besser, moving through center ice. He goes over the blue line, cuts to the middle, drops the puck, almost gives it away. But Hronek is there to pick it up. Kane now gives it back to Hronek down low. Hronek spins in the corner, puts it behind the net for Besser. Besser puts it off the boards back to Quinn Hughes on the point. Quinn Hughes walks the blue line, walking down into the faceoff dot, puts it to the front. Easy save there. I think Quinn Hughes was hoping for a little bit of chaos in front, but the goalie saw it the whole way. Seattle comes in with a shot. Lankinen makes the save on the far side. Kane passes back to Quinn Hughes. Canucks play pass in their own zone. Hronek and Hughes. Hughes with a beauty pass all the way up. Kane can't get the puck. Seattle comes through center. Seattle keeps it in again. 2 shots apiece now in this game. Kudratsev going in behind the net to try and get his man. P.O. Joseph can't get there either. Seattle plays it across the blue line to the near side. Shot to the front net. Lankinen somehow sees it through a crowd and then covers it up for a whistle. Faceoff will be to his glove side in the Canucks zone. Petey with a good pass down low for DeBrusk. DeBrusk across for Boeser. That's some good chemistry there to start. So it is now Newman from Dragovich. But good work there so far. Tough look on that for Kravtsov on the goal. And if they do give us edge goal visualizer, yeah, they do. So the next commercial break, I will go and show you guys the Canucks edge visualizer. So you guys can see what happened in this. I might even, if they post it on the Canucks Twitter too. Shot wide of the net. DP works his man over behind the net, but can't come up with the puck. He's still working him over. Goes right out with him to the blue line. Now Tom Willander loses his stick, leaves his man, gets back to him. Now Bluger supports on the far side in the corner. The Seattle player doing well to keep that puck. Now behind the net, back to the blue line. Shot down, goes wide of the net, bounces off the back of the net. Canucks chip it in front of their own net. DP, was that DP? Did he chip the puck towards the net? I don't know if he meant to do that. I think he was trying to chip it behind the net, but he actually chipped it right towards his own goaltender. Whoops. Hope it's not Rusty, Calvin. Oh, Resi. Mancini with the first goal. Okay, Shannon thinking Mancini gets the first goal. Okay, I'm going to do a poll question here for you guys. Okay, there are your options. I think those are probably good options here. First poll question of the stream. 14-13 left to go in the first period of play. Seattle up to 5 shots. Vancouver down to 1 shot somehow, which is insane. Lankinen gets bumped in front of that, falls while making a save, gets back up. He was going to go for a stick, and then suddenly the Canucks turn the puck over. Canucks are under siege, are having a hard time getting out of their own zone. A lot of these guys have clearly not played together. Ratu can't get the puck out. But P.O. Joseph will pick it up and he'll pass it out to Ratu at center. Ratu loses the puck there. Can't keep it. Seattle moves back into the Canucks zone on the near side. Chips it towards the net. P.O. Joseph stops that. Hronek puts it off the glass. He's seen enough. He's going to chip it all the way down the ice. And he's going to ice the puck. Learn the rules! So Shannon, I have bad news. Mancini's not playing tonight. So you won't be able to get him to score. B-Dog, are you ready? What's up, B-Dog? Nice to see you. Let's go! Thomas Hornbrook, too good! Fair enough. Helping my wife out. Mike Torrance, Todd gets the kid to change the channels, laugh out loud. Todd's out here drinking. Hi, Shannon. Irwin says, cheers. Canucks with the puck behind their own net. Hronek with a pass all the way down into the Canucks Seattle zone, gets tipped in. Petey comes in and knocks his man down, jars the puck free for Boeser. Boeser puts it down the boards for Petey. Petey spins, puts it back to Hughes on the point. Hughes skates down the boards, into the corner, drops for Petey. Petey skates in the face-off dot, back to the blue line for Boeser. Boeser puts it across for Hronek. Hronek puts it towards the net. And the Seattle goaltender makes the save. First whistle, first commercial break. So that'll give us a chance to go and have a look at this this goal. So you guys can see why Vitaly Kravtsov is the reason that the Canucks got scored on. Canucks land. I was at the first game the Canucks play, the Kraken played in the Rogers Arena, and that was me and my lady's first date. Been together since. Interesting. Some Seattle Kraken love, eh? Okay, let's have a look at the goal here. So it was Yanni Newman. It's pronounced Newman. I don't know why it's, I mean, he's It's Newman. But let's have a look at the goal visualizer. So, puck into the corner. Picked up there by P.O. Joseph. He puts up the boards. And then look at that. Let's even go back. Like, look at follow Krasov, number 92. So P.O. Joseph puts it up the boards. And Kravtsov fails to get there in time. And then he's got the same man. And as you can see here, he's following his man, but he's not tying him up. So then the shot goes to the front of the net. And the guy he is trying to cover ends up tipping it past Lankinen. So Kravtsov misses the puck up the boards and then also misses his man going to the front of the net. Couldn't tie him up. And so bam, suddenly it's 1-0 for the Seattle Kraken. Yeah, not a great look for Kravtsov. Which, I mean, really, if you think about it right now, they have a chance. Like, a lot of guys have a chance right now with the Hogland energy. Muhammad's in the house! What's up, Muhammad? How's it going? He says. Nice to see you, Muhammad. Welcome. Thank you for the $3 donut. We appreciate it. Whoo, Calvin 99 Charlie. Shannon, y'all don't have Panago pizza or Pizza 73. They taste better. Chicken Caesar. I love a Chicken Caesar pizza. Hype. Big Mac hype. Panago is greater than. Yummy, Shannon. Calvin, we have Panago. All right. Canucks lose the face-off in the Seattle zone. Seattle chips it out to center. Pettersson manages to take the puck away in the neutral zone. Deeks to the middle. Pass up to the blue line. Puck ends up on Matt Murray, who's goaltending for Seattle. He plays it over for his teammate. Seattle moves it out of the zone. Petey taking a shot at someone. Intercepted there by DeBrus. DeBrus puts it over for Besser. Besser puts it just wide of the net. Might have gone off a foot. Petey spins into the corner for Besser. Besser back for Petey. Petey deking. Tries to go through a man. Deaky Petey. He ends up muscling through. Putting it back to the point for Hughes. Hughes loses the puck on the blue line. And they have to retreat out into the neutral zone. Besser looks like he's going for a change. And then Dustin Boydell shows up in chat. And he's like, hey, look what I found here. Have 5 gifted memberships. Amazing, Dustin. I appreciate you very much. And we can actually bring it up now. So I can, in fact, show you guys who actually gets it too, which is cool. So Juliana, Chris P, Smasher66, Michael Yano, and Whack Academy all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Dustin Boydell. So thank you very much, Dustin Boydell, Paragolfer Pro, for dropping those 5 gifted memberships. Juliana, Chris P, Smasher66, Michael Yano, and Academy, all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Dustin Boydell. That's amazing, brother. I appreciate that. You're a god. 11:31 left to go. Canucks with control in the Seattle zone for a moment. We got the second line of Cootes and Leckermacki and Kane on the ice. And then Daniel Turgeon drops another $2 in chat. Daniel, I appreciate you. Would be awesome if Willander scores tonight. Yeah. Willander scores in his first game in Rogers Arena. That would be great to see. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Canucks now up to 3 shots. So it's 5 shots for Seattle, 3 shots for Vancouver. Daniel, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the $2 dono. I do want to see Willander score too. Boo, says B-Dog. Last night I got pizza. We got rotisserie and potato salad. I love potato salad. My aunt makes some killer potato salad. Oh, Canuck gets ring the board, puck around the boards. And actually, P.O. Joseph tips a puck on Lankinen. I don't think he meant to, but the Seattle Kraken throw a puck towards the net, and P.O. Joseph throws it right towards Lankinen. Lankinen's aware. Yeah, P.O. Joseph. Gaudreau was in front, but he didn't need to touch it because P.O. Joseph did instead. Whoops. Muhammad. Swear jar. Fuck this shit. Boo. Oh, Calvin, that's living. Weak defense. Yeah, it's not been looking great so far for these Canucks. Muhammad says, hello, Russell and everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing good, brother. It's nice to see you again. Welcome back to the stream, my dude. It's awesome to see you. Boo. Yep, not anymore. Laugh out loud. P.O. Joseph picks it up behind the net, plays it up the boards. Digging away there. Canucks trying to get it out of the zone. And then Ulrichsen throws his weight into someone, but can't manage to get the puck out. Kudratsev pass all the way out to center. Tipped there, not by a Canuck player, tipped by a Seattle player, and Seattle picks it up and they throw it back into the Canuck zone. Canucks now playing pass in their own zone. Kudratsev, Hronek onto the ice. Pass up to the blue line. Ulrichsen tried to spin and get it deep, but couldn't get it deep, and Seattle intercepts it, and they'll start moving out through neutral zone. Under 10 minutes left to go in the first period of play. Quinn Hughes picks it up in his own zone. Pass all the way up to the blue line. Petey drops it, picks it up again, gets hit. DeBrusk into support. He gets the puck taken away from him for a moment. Petey supports, comes up with it, puts it back to the blue line. Across for Hughes. Hughes looking back to the blue line. Besser with a shot to the front of that, ends up going off a leg and wide. Picked up by Hughes in the corner. He skates in behind the net. Goes to the far side. Back to, looked like that was Hronek, but that passes into Hronek's feet, so he couldn't get the one-timer off. Quinn Hughes back behind his own net, picks it up, leaves it for Phil Hronek. Back up to Hughes. Hughes through center ice. Tips it into the zone. Seattle can't get it. Besser picks it up. Back to Hughes. Hughes with a stutter step. Walks down to the face-off top, drops it for Besser. A little bit too much juice on that pass, and Besser has to skate back in the neutral zone to pick it up. Now we got Tom Wielander back onto the ice. He rings around the boards, but didn't see that there was a Seattle Kraken player there who intercepts it and puts it down the ice. Now, Besser's behind his own net. He'll flip it out to the blue line, picked up there by Kane. Kane skates over the blue line, tries to put a puck over for Cootes a little bit too far ahead of him. A little bit of rust there showing. Kane tries to throw a hit, couldn't get it. Now the Seattle Kraken get it out through center ice. Okay, the Canucks are at least getting a little bit of zone time now. Lekramacky leaves it for DPD. DPD in his own face-off circle. Takes a second. Looks like they're changing things. Got two Petterssons in tonight, both with the same name, pronounced differently. We got Elias Pettersson and Elias Pettersson. Oh, a shot. What a good move by the Seattle player. Getting into the face-off circle and then putting a shot on net. Kravtsov now. Ryan throws the puck through three sticks. Not a great choice there right at the blue line. Couldn't get it deep either. And unfortunately, a bad pass results in Seattle putting the puck down the ice into the Canucks zone. Now P.O. Joseph gets it out to center. Kravtsov skates over the blue line. Puts a pass over Bluger. It was off. Seattle intercepts. Now they're playing pass in their own zone. Big Mac high. That's Seattle's only goal in the 4-1 prediction. Fair enough, Calvin. Swear jar, swear jar. Daniel Turgeon, watching on my IPTV box. Yeah, I guess that's probably similar to these, right? Lingering to the shot to the front of net. Lankinen makes a save. Seattle gets it back to the blue line. They pass down low. Shot to the front of the net. And Lankinen goes and makes the save. Kevin Blankinen stopping the puck, covering it up. Yeah, the goal. Pizza and Pepsi, says KJ Brazy. Countdown one more, please and thank you. Oh, snap. I'll do another countdown when we come back from this commercial break. Coke, KJ, laugh out loud. No Pepsi, laugh out loud. Visa, says B-Dog. Not sure yet. It's Friday night downtown. It's Friday night and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF. Oh no, I'm singing again. Caesar is on the way to, is the way to go. Laugh out loud. Get some za. David W. Canucks seem to be starting slowly once again versus the Kraken with home not so sweet so far for the Canucks. David W. Welcome, brother. Nice to see you again. Hopefully you're having a good off season. Prime chicken, it's $13.99 for 3 toppings on rice. It was $4.99 25 years ago. Oh, I know, right? Inflation, am I right? There is a way to have a Coke as well as a drink of Pepsi. How do you do that? Mancini for 1 topping. Hughes all day, says Big Mac 133. Big Mac has gone mad, laugh out loud. Calvin 99 Charlie. Klimovich will score the first goal to up his trade value for the 2C, laugh out loud. I hope so, eh? Go Canucks, go! Yeah, Klimovich had some beauty goals in the playoffs last year. Fun starts is Mike Torrance. Big hit from EP40. Yeah, he did throw his weight around. I want to see that. Throwing his extra 6 kilos around. Canucks are selling right now. Yeah. To Revolve, says Big Mac. That lady has a wine glass in the crowd. That's so weird. Voted for Kaner. That's fair enough, right? What are we at right now with that? Actually, you know what? I can actually show you guys now. Let me update this. I'm going to fix something because I want to be able to show you guys these quickly. So let's delete this. And then source visibility. And it's the bar. And then it's the... There we go. Okay, cool. So theoretically now, when I do this, boom, now we can bring it up quicker. So right now, EP40 is leading with 42%. Kane's got 17, so does Cootes, and Hughes has got 23%. So far, that is what the poll question is doing. Tom Wielander puts the puck up the boards. Canucks can't get it out. Seattle keeps it in. Lots of pressure. Sherwood coming up with it, puts it behind for Wielander. Wielander puts it across for DPD. Too far for him, though. Seattle rings it back in behind the Canucks net. 6 minutes left to go in the first period of play. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. 5:50 left to go in the first period. 8 shots down for Seattle. Come on, Nucks! Russ, when I got back and watched the video, you got so drunk. Haha, you toned it down since last year. Yeah. I was pounding them to start. And then I realized that being drunk and trying to run an entire stream was probably a bad idea. Quinn Hughes passes for Petey. Petey into the faceoff circle, takes a shot, saved by Matt Murray. Petey gets his helmet knocked off. He goes to put it back on. If he can get it back on, he can stay on the ice. He does get it back on. He's trying to clip it up. Looks like he's just going to actually go off for a change, realizes it. So he'll go off for a change. Oh, and then Quinn Hughes has the puck come up just outside the blue line. And there'll be a face-off just outside the Seattle blue line. Petey took a hit, lost his helmet, so he had to leave the ice. He's got a smile on his face, though. Looks like Petey's smiling. Erwin Aquino, time to get edged. Yeah, let's get edged. Oh, whoops. I'll try something here. What's it like? I like this. Go like this. Oh, wait, hang on, like this. Nope. Yep. Okay, perfect. And back again. Tweet. Welcome back, Johnny Redbone. Hey there. Booyah. What's up, Johnny Redbone? Nice to see you again. Shocker, Bluger is on the ice. I like the little tips that the Canucks had with the long shots in the season before last. Yep. And I hope we can get more of that. Looking similar right there. Russ, cut your hair short as the old videos that you showed us to start off a different year. You look great with short hair. Yeah, I know. I shaved my head after my wedding because I was like, I'm sick of doing my hair. But now, you know, I think I'm going to let it get crazy now. Muhammad, hi. Yep. Muhammad with that $3 donut to start. Toymaker, welcome back, Toymaker. What's up, my dude? It's been so long. It's nice to see you again, my dude. Seattle B team beating our A team. Bottom 5 finish, I think. Nah, it'll just take a minute for the Canucks to get into it. Oh, Petey with a reverse hit. Petey lost his helmet when he was throwing a reverse hit. All right, Canucks win the faceoff. Cootes winning the faceoff, I should say. Cootes, Kane, and Leckermacky out there. Cootes coming up with it. Gets over Leckermacky. Leckermacky spins and puts it in the front of that. Matt Murray makes a save, and the puck goes to the corner. Good job there by that line to Cootes takes a hit, tries to make a play. Kane comes in to support. Seattle gets the puck behind their own net, skates in the near side corner, pays up the blue line, intercepted there. Canucks put it down low for Kane. Kane picks it up behind that, puts it in front. Cootes couldn't get it. He was being well covered. Now he comes up with it again. He puts it back to the blue line for Kudratsev. Plays across for P.O. Joseph. Over for Kaner. Kaner shoots it to the front of net. And Matt Murray makes a glove save, and he'll hang on to it. Good work from this line. My goodness. Muhammad! Eric Hunter, Kraken are really moving. They'll exhaust themselves by the mid-second. Yeah. And like I said, guys, like a lot of these guys have not played a preseason game, so I'm not overly worried yet. But as we know, that could change too, right? That could change. All right. Canucks win the face-off. Ratu tries to get in the corner, but loses it. Verlander comes down to poke into the corner. Ratu's battling for it. Spinning in the corner. The Canucks try and get it down behind the net again. Ratu can't get to it. Puck gets flipped all the way down the ice. Check something. I feel like there's a player on the ice that I don't know. Oh, Klimovich is wearing number 9 now. Okay, so that is true. I knew he had a new number. Klimovich. Changing your number on me. Yeah, so Klimovich is wearing number 9, not 18 anymore. Because JT Miller's gone. Klimovich picks up the puck just outside the Seattle blue line, puts it in. Canucks will change. We got the Kravtsov line out. Bluger. And now Kravtsov hits his man, and they're going to call him for tripping, but I think that's a bad call. First penalty of the game. Russell's rich. Daniel Hyde. Thomas says, "Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go." Lanky looks a little shaky. I'll give him a break. It's the start of the season. Yeah, fair enough, Jazz. Nah, Jazz, we need to trade him ASAP. Laugh out loud, JK. And then Jazz is like, laugh out loud. Yeah, Kravtsov takes a penalty. Causes a goal, takes a penalty. But I think that Seattle player went down way too easy, so. The dude just falls. That's just a shite call. Can I get a rule book in the chat for the referees so they can see what an actual tripping call is? All right, Seattle to the power play. 3:33 left to go in the first period. They win the initial draw and now control in the Canucks zone. Good hit there by Shorty. Jars the puck free, and Seattle have to go all the way back to the neutral zone to regroup. Canucks doing good work. Seattle can't even get into the Canucks zone right now. Great luck out there for this penalty kill to start. 2:50 left to go in the first period. 1-1-1 left to go in the power play. Shannon's like, "Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go." Jazz getting all the rule books in chat for the Seattle Kraken's referees. I mean the referees. Jazz is like, rule book, swear jar, rule book. Seattle jars the puck free, puts it back to the Canucks blue line. Now they're playing pass on the blue line, skating into the face-off circle on the near side. Stopping there, looking back to the blue line, skates to the slot. Blocked there by Ulrichsen, getting a leg in front of him. That puck goes right out of play with 30 seconds left to go. Good block there by Ulrichsen on the penalty kill. Good to see the young guy getting the action already. $30 seconds left to go. Sherwood's not happy because the referee got in the way. Casket Brain, who's back up tonight? I think it's Tolopilo. Lanky. First period, Russ. Yeah, 100%. It's the first period for a lot of these guys playing in the preseason, so I'm going to give them a pass for now. Seattle wins another draw in the Canucks zone on the power play. 20 seconds left. Down low onto the left or right-hand side of the net. Back up to the face-off circle. Right-hand side of the net. back to the faceoff circle, across into the slot, kick saved by Blankinen. The Canucks get the rebound and they'll chop it off the boards and down the ice. Good legs by Lankinen as he kicks that one out on a one-timer from the high slot. And then Dan Carlos here. Go Philippines, go Canucks, go. I am ready to cheer for them. Let's go, boys. Welcome back, Dan Carlo. Nice to see you, my dude. Jacob. And then pink sunglasses. What's up, Jacob? New season exciting. Nice to see you. Toy Maker. Canucks look horrible. Giveaway after giveaway. They better ice their A team every game to get in sync. They will be soon. I can't decide if I want a Brust jersey or Kane. I know. And from Edmonton, they can't even get mad at you when you're wearing it too, right? Canucks into the zone. Kane tries a dish for Hughes. Puck gets intercepted. Seattle skates through into the zone for the Canucks. Kane back checks. Quinn Hughes picks it up. He'll go behind the net. Just under a minute left to go in the first period of play. Shooter McGavin, where are you? Need some shots. Maybe I need some shots. Shots. Back to the blue line. Hughes with a shot to the front of the net. Tipped in front by Sherwood. Canucks ring the puck around the boards. Comes back to the blue line for Vilander, but it gets chipped past him. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Canucks put it in. Ring it around the boards. Kravtsov. Kane puts it up to the blue line. Puck goes right across the blue line and out, unfortunately. Pettersson has to play it back into his own zone after he was under heavy check. Quinn Hughes tries to make a pass over Pettersson. Couldn't quite get it to him. Puck gets chipped in behind the net. Seattle rings it around the boards. And just like that, end of the first period of play, and we're into the first intermission here on Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday. It is 1-0 Seattle after one period. And it's the intermission, so you know what that means. It's time for a little Rusty and Dusty action. Let's make sure that his face fits. Oh, look. Yeah, his face fits. It's always good to see. Okay. The moment you guys have all been waiting for. Just the right amount of scruff. Dustin Boydell.
Oh. Just a preseason.
Oh, you can see the rust, eh?
Oh, that was not that pleasant to watch. Not a lot of positives to talk about. Lakermaki had a good chance there, kind of in the later stages of the period. I messaged you the other day about Kravtsov really not helping his stock tonight so far. Kind of a soft penalty call, but you still have to keep your feet moving. You shouldn't be reaching in there with the stick. You should be getting in there with your feet shoulder to shoulder. Just because you led the KHL in scoring does not mean you automatically make an NHL team. There are plenty of people above you in the organization's development, and he needs to prove that he wants to be a part of the big club, because right now I'm putting him on waivers and sending him into Abbotsford. The way he's showed so far, I wouldn't really have much fear of anyone picking him up, and if they do, I mean, he becomes their problem. All the power to him, but he's really got to do way more with the chance and opportunity he's been given. I don't know, not really seeing much out of the top line so far. PD looks good, looks stronger on his feet, which is nice, throwing a couple of hits and reverse hits. They don't look like they're clicking quite yet. Obviously, they haven't got into a game, so they're trying to get up to speed. We'll see if they can clean up a little bit in the second period and maybe get a few plays towards the net. They did have a couple of shots that were decent chances, but nothing that it was like, on the edge of your seat, that might have been in. Other than the Lekermaki chance, that was probably the most high danger chance that they've had thus far. The goal against, again, was Kravtsov not tying up his man's stick and letting him cut across to the center of the ice. The defenseman already had guys picked up, and that's up to Kravtsov to stay with that guy in their own end, and that's, again, another knock on his play. And I'm not trying to pick on the guy. He's just the one that has stood out for the wrong reasons so far.
Yeah.
And, and it's been in a couple of games now. So that's what preseason is for, is to nitpick the little things that the young guys are doing. And realistically, I really don't like what he's done so far. Not sure. I mean, Lankinen, good, solid play, other than the tip that he didn't really have a chance on. So good to see that is a solid, and the Canucks are looking decent in the faceoff dot. They won 52% of the faceoffs, so a little bit of an advantage in that category. Other than that, need to tidy things up in their own end for sure, especially with the breakout. Looks like they're trying to activate a defenseman, but some guys are still getting used to that. You can see that they're not used to having that type of freedom, and some of the programming of dump and chase or playing on the cautious side is still programmed in there, and it'll take time to learn the new system and be accepting of the fact that, I can jump up in this play and we'll get 4 deep and hopefully generate some offense, especially against an inexperienced team. Like the Kraken probably have a bit of speed in the lineup, but they don't have a lot of skill and NHL experience. So those top lines should be exploiting that, especially with the guys that have been in the league for a while. So hopefully they get a good talking to here in the intermission, and we see a little more energy coming out in the second period.
I would say I agree with you about the top line. I did see the one really nice play. PD picks it up on the half boards, puts it down low for DeBrusk. DeBrusk puts the good pass out for Besser. And that was it would have been a good chance, but obviously still early in the season, Besser didn't really get a good shot on. But it was good to see them kind of dig that puck out. And you said too, like PD is engaged. He's thrown reverse hit after reverse hit. He was laughing after he lost his helmet on the bench. So that's good to see. Looks like he's in good spirits. But yeah, I mean, the general putting $2 in chat. Step it up, Russian. And that Dijon Mustard has the comment right too. Canucks are looking rusty and dusty, right? So I'm not too concerned at this point. They did start to pick it up a little bit at the end, but I mean, you even saw Quinn Hughes bobble the puck a couple times, and if you see Quinn Hughes bobbling the puck, then that just means, hey, like it is what it is. The Seattle Kraken, they might have sent their AHL junior team, but it's also a team that has already played a little bit together, and so they are beating people to pucks, and then they kind of had their system already down pat. So I'm not too concerned yet, but yeah, obviously not a great start for the Canucks. I think at one point the shots were like 5-1 or something like that. So the shots are now, they have worked their way back up to shots being 10-7. So they did come back there in the last little part of that period, which was good to see. But yeah, you're right. They definitely need to start putting some things together here.
Well, yeah, the shot disparity did get to 9-1 at one point. The Canucks, yes, good job battling back, but you can't be having that type of play again. You got to get on these younger teams, especially in your own building. You can't just sit back and let teams bring it to you, which is really unfortunate, especially when they're trying to move forward and put last year in the rearview mirror. What better time to do that than your first chance in front of some home fans? Even if it is a preseason game, you kind of got to push a little more and show that you want this season to go the right way.
I guess before I move on to Hoglander, the one other thing I'll say is that Cootes, Kane, Lekermacki line did have a couple of moments out there. Kane was in there digging. Even Cootes got that nice pass out to Lekermacki for his chance, right? So, and that whole shift, there was a number of occasions where they lost the puck and they managed to get it back. So at least to start with the young guy at center, kind of telling that you have Cootes centering those guys instead of a Ratu, right? Like we've talked about. So I am on record as saying I'm very worried about Ratu. I think if they're going to waive someone to go down to the Abbotsford Canucks, that might be the guy who ends up going down. If he wasn't such a good faceoff guy, I think it would be pretty much a guarantee that he goes down. But because he is really good in the faceoff circle, he maybe has some, use on a fourth line / penalty killing, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think Cootes. And yeah, well, let's move on to the next talking point. That kind of comes into what we're talking about. Hoglander, they've officially announced that he's probably, they said sprained ankle, but it could be week to week, so he might not be here to start the season. there's a bunch of guys fighting for, a roster spot. Now that opens up one more. So we're looking at probably like 2 spots that are open up for grabs. Do you think there's a front runner for that spot out of the guys who are fighting for a roster?
I think based on speed, ability to play center and wing, I think that pushes Max Sasson up a bit. Last game, him and Baines and Carlson together looked very sharp. Carlson, I feel like is kind of a lock to make this team as that replacement for Dakota Joshua. Just as that net front presence that gets those kind of gritty goals and will go in the corners and dig the puck out for you. So he was kind of my one that they really won't expose to waivers. So I think Sasson has a lot better shot of making the team, the big club at the start of the year now, with Höglander going down, especially because they need a top 6 winger basically. And Sasson right now is probably one of the ones who kind of fills that role. We've talked about it before. The top 6 is the thinnest part of the Canucks. The top 6 is jam-packed, and we need a couple of these young guys to kind of take it by the reins and go with it. If Lekkerimäki was left-handed, I'd say Höglander going out gives him a boost, but because he plays predominantly the right wing, I'm going to need to see, him continue to push. He had some good passes on the power play last game, getting them across to Klimovich. But yeah, I'm going to need to see more out of Lekkerimäki a bit tonight. And that fourth line, I'd like to see Ulrichsen get a little more ice time. They didn't really get a lot of playing time in this period, but we'll see if the Canucks can get one on the board in the second period to even it up, and then we'll have probably more fourth line ice time after that.
Yeah, I feel like with that Kravtsov penalty, there might be a makeup call pretty early in the period, because I mean the refs have got to go into the room and watch highlights of their things and kind of, oh shit, like he didn't actually trip him, the guy just essentially fell, right? So but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they end up getting on the power play, because I think they could put out their full number 1 power play unit. They're going to start the year, so it'd be interesting to see that. Some people who were really good on the power play back in the day was Henrik and Daniel Sedin, and today is their 45th birthday. It blows my mind that they're only 5 years older than me. So, but I wanted to talk about the Sedins because obviously 2 of the best players that have ever worn the whale on their chest. What's your kind of favorite memory? You can even go Sedin twins together or Sedin twins separately. Like,
I mean, there's a few kind of in my top 3. I guess I'd go with for memories is Henrik being able to carry the team offensively when Daniel was out for so long. And then the following year, Daniel coming back and being like, hey, you're not the only one who can win trophies. It's my turn this year. Those 2 years were probably the most memorable years of the Sedin's careers, just because they each showed how they could shine individually, but at the same time, never lost that twin connection through any of it. And then the last memory, I mean, the goal that they got against Arizona, it was the most poetic end to a career, last home game, overtime. The shots, I think, were 22-33 in the game or something crazy. Like, everything was just super serendipitous and just felt perfect. And, I was actually in the rehab facility after my spinal cord injury watching that game in the common area in my wheelchair. And I just remember how the goosebumps just ran across my body watching them score that goal. And it was just insane how everything lined up. And it was just, I wish they had gotten a cup. They deserved that one in 2011. But of course, not everyone wins one in their career. They are still definitely first ballot Hall of Famers. And I look forward to what they're doing with our young guys down in Abbotsford. I mean, it sounds like they are very hands-on down there with the development, and it's really exciting stuff.
Did you see the highlight the other day they put out? I think Sedins were helping train one of the goaltenders, and they shoot the puck in, rebound, and then Henrik just casually just roofs it right over the goalie's shoulder. He's like, "Well, sorry."
Yeah, some things you just never lose, right? It's just an instinct.
I guess for the Sedins, I'm on the same page. I'm a little upset they never got their cup, but they did end up winning that gold medal. What was it, the Turin Olympics or something like that? I think it was the 2006 Olympics when Sweden won it. So very similar to Luongo. Never ended up winning it with the Canucks, but did have some success internationally as well. So, and they both have their hardware, like you talked about. They both got the Art Ross trophy, and so that was always good to see. So yeah. Sedin's 45 today. Good to see them looking fit and still kicking ass out there.
Absolutely.
Myers and Demko both took a day off. Oh my God. I love the tweet from Patterson. Jeff Patterson tweeted from practice. He's like, oh, Myers and Demko not a practice. It is a scheduled maintenance day. Don't freak out. Are you freaking out?
I mean, it's the preseason, not at all. Veterans, this happens all the time with veterans in the preseason. They get rest. They've been through training camp enough times. They know what they need to be ready for day one. The last thing we want is to overwork Demko and him pull something in the preseason when he's feeling good. We need to... This is a product of the Canucks probably keeping Demko at bay a little bit and saying, hey, take a day off.
Yeah,
we get it. You're in shape and you got that fire and hunger back, but we need you to stay healthy. And so, I mean, they're going to do that. And with Tyler Myers, I mean, what's he going to learn to do in this training camp that he hasn't learned to do already? I mean, the guy comes into camp always is one of the most fit guys, ready to go. He's probably the most mature guy on the team. When it comes to just the way he carries himself, how he is a pro, the way he is with family, fans, just kind of everything, the way he carries himself is just a professional. So, yeah, I mean, they deserve a day off here or there. They've done enough training camps. You've done one, you've done them all. This is for the young guys to audition and shine. So I'm happy to have them take a day off.
Yeah, Tyler Myers, by far the oldest guy on the team. He is born in February 1st, 1990. So he is going to be turning 36 next February. So old guy, but good to have him on the team, especially at the rate that we're getting at him right now. We talked about this last game, and you told me they were going to cut people, Dustin. Look at this list. Look at this.
Yeah. That's a long scratch list, hey?
They have to cut after this game, right? Like, they absolutely have to, right?
Well, I mean, realistically, training camp for the AHL doesn't start until October 1st. So that's when I bet the majority of the cuts will come down.
Yeah.
I mean, now we're going into the weekend. I don't see a lot of stuff happening between now and Sunday. Especially tonight, they got predominantly a veteran lineup. And the guys that are in, maybe Kravtsov is a victim and gets put on waivers because he'll have to clear before being eligible for training camp down in Abbotsford. So I could see maybe that move happening on the weekend. But the other guys, I mean, there's a few guys that they still might want to play on Sunday. So there's not a lot of moves that I see happening this weekend, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I thought they would have cut a few of the junior guys and sent them back, but there's a lot of the ECHL guys still on the scratch roster there, and quite a few Abbotsford Canucks, obviously, that will be going down to their training camp October 1st.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it yet, go check out. Dave Hall posted the first goal of the season for Mr. Gabe Sherratt playing down in the OHL. Scored an absolute beauty tonight. They got all four of the OHL Canucks prospects are playing tonight. So, I mean, he scored on Medvedev, so it's Canuck prospect on Canuck prospect violence. So, but yeah, if you haven't checked it, go check out Dave Hall on Twitter. He's got a absolute beauty goal from Gabriel Sherratt there.
Love to see it.
Dustin, Canucks have what it takes to come back in this game?
They better show me something because this is the veteran guys, right? So I mean, yeah, again, it's preseason, but I mean, have a little pride.
Yeah. Get that poking stick out again, Dustin. You might need it.
Yep. Hey, do something.
Awesome, buddy. We'll talk again in the post-game show.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you then.
Dustin Boydell, everyone, stopping by. Just the right amount of scruff. You'll have to see it. All right. First intermission is about to end here, and we'll be back underway in the Canucks versus the Kraken. My name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect, and we're going to be live during every single Vancouver Canucks game this season. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right below me here, and bam, you're going to be notified every time we go live. But the other way you can know every time we go live is because there's a Canucks game on, and we will be live. Got that top line of Pedersen, DeBrusk, and Besser starting off. PD wins the drawback. Also got Hronek and Hughes out, so the Canucks are starting with their most veteran lineup to start the second period. Besser dips the puck into the near side corner. Puck bounces on the Seattle player, but they ended up picking it up, skating out, pass out to the neutral zone. Puck bounces around there. Quinn Hughes tries to pass it over, but a little bit of a bad pass. Puck in front, and no, Lankinen makes a save on a partial break. A bunch of chaos in the neutral zone. Vancouver Canucks give up the puck. Seattle gets a partial break, and that was not a good look. Another breakdown in play for the Vancouver Canucks. I should also mention, I saw Rev Trev in chat while we were chatting with Sweet Hat Dustin. Dustin, if you're still watching, Rev Trev loves your hat. We need to generate shots. Yeah, Kempner Canucks in chat. Rev Trev coming up in the second intermission. Be good to hear what he thinks about the game tonight and what he sees for this team moving forward with Hoglander missing. P.O. Joseph tries to come out with the puck. Can't. Seattle gets the puck out front. And it looks like D. Petey ends up, did he take a puck off the face or a stick? I think he was going down to block that one. I don't know if something hit him in the face, but it looks like he might be all right now. Gets back up, dusts himself off, picks up his stick. Oh, yeah. Took the puck right off the side of the head. Yeah, that was just a wild shot. That guy healed it. The puck went right off the side of his head. Looks like he might have some damage too, but he goes to the bench. And the Vancouver Canucks will have to take a face-off in their own zone now. Cootes wins the draw in his own zone. Puck up the boards. All the way out to center. Lekermacki picks it up there. He tries to put it down low. Can't get it to go, though. Canucks move in, but can't pick up the puck. Seattle plays it all the way out to center. Move in over the blue line. They put it in behind the net. Vlander's there leaning on his man, but can't come up with the puck. Puck gets jarred free. Lekermacki skates out. Comes over the blue line. Cootes streaks for the net. Lekermacki with a shot, and Matt Murray makes the save. Doesn't know where the puck is, but the referee, the linesman, loses sight of it. And so that will mean that their whistle went, even though it shouldn't have. Let's go, Rev Trev, says Big Mac. Kempner! And then Rev Trev's like, ah! Yeah, Matt Murray made the save. Puck dropped in front of him. He couldn't see it. Referee blew the whistle. EP25 didn't look good going down, but seems to be up and about, even on the bench. Even if on the bench, yeah, looking good. Calvin 99 Charlie's doing the wave. Canucks lose the draw in the Seattle zone. Good forecheck, though, and they managed to dig the puck back out. Sherwood trying to come up with it, can't. Seattle works it back in front of their own net. Then they'll pass out to the neutral zone, and they'll get to center ice, flip it in. Lankinen cues it up behind his own net, ends up putting it up the boards away from his teammate, giving it back to Seattle. Seattle now works it down in behind the net. Hronek is there working on it. Hughes loses his man, pass out front, and Lankinen has to make a save. Now Hughes failing in his defensive coverage, allowing the man to skate out front. Woo! Calvin 99 Charlie doing the wave. Toronto Maple Queefs. What? The general. Ha 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 ha. For breakfast? Dump in long. Oh, that Janny again. What's up, Todd Peterson? Janny again? Calvin 99 Charlie. Major, how you rank up so fast? Crying. No, Dusty, you pick on him. Yeah, Kravtsov deserves to be picked on right now. Oh, Seattle gets a shot on net. DP's back on the ice. Didn't miss a shift. Seattle now controls, shot to the front of the net. Lankinen directs it wide. Seattle picks it up in the corner on the near side. P.O. Joseph intercepts it for a second, but Seattle comes back up with it. Plays it up the half boards on the far side. Good poke there from the Vancouver player. Look, that was Vilmer Ulrichsen poking the puck out. And then the Vancouver Canucks will get it at center ice. Klimovich fires it in down low. Matt Murray plays it into the far side corner. Seattle can't get it out, but it looks like there's going to be a holding call on someone. Might be Achi Ratu. Achi Ratu looking pretty guilty right now. Skating to the penalty box, taking a penalty all the way. Oh, yeah. He just grabbed a guy by the shoulder and yanked him down. Tried to skate by him, yanked him. Referee's going to make that call directly in front of him. Achi Ratu. Not happy about it, but you take a penalty in the offensive zone. I don't think the coach is going to be happy about that. We need to bring back bullying back. No, KJ Brazy. No bullying. Ooh, Vilander looks a bit lost as Dijon Mustard. Yeah, there's been a bit of that. I think all the Canucks defense is looking pretty lost right now. Let me tell you. Canucks win the draw. Petey wins the draw on the penalty kill, and the Canucks take that puck and fire it all the way down the ice. Matt Murray cues it up behind his own net. Seattle skates over their own blue line, drop pass back in their own zone. 2 wide coming through, over the blue line, gets stopped right on the blue line. Canucks intercept a pass in. Now they're 3 coming out. Puck rung around the boards. Petey in on it. He stops in the corner, throws a little reverse hit. Can't come up with the puck, though. Takes his man down. Another Seattle player throwing himself down like a soccer player, trying to draw a call. Seattle, good work to get over the blue line. Into the middle. Shot from the slot. Ends up going off a stick and wide off of Hronik's stick. Now they play it along the blue line. Good stick there by the Vancouver player, Teddy Bluger, to prevent that pass from getting across. Now down low into the far side corner. Chipped in behind the net. No one there for Seattle. Vancouver skates onto it. I think that's Tom Vilander. Is Tom Vilander on the penalty kill? Yeah, Tom Vilander out there on the penalty kill. Gets the puck down low. Sherwood gets it into the Seattle zone. Participation ribbons ruin this generation. I have so many though, KJ. The general, only 1-0. Yep. 40 seconds left to go in the power play. Seattle loses the puck in the slot. Vancouver shoots it all the way down the ice. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. 16, 14 left to go. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 16 minutes left to go in the second period. Canucks get the puck out to center ice again. Rusty and Dusty, says Daniel Turgeon. Yes, it is the Rusty and Dusty show on the first intermission. The general, gotta bring more of what we saw versus Calgary. Yeah. Cootes gets it out to center. Picked up there. Ratu out of the box. Pass across for Hronik. Hronik with a shot. Matt Murray makes a save. Has no idea where it is. Hronik with a good chance. Good work there by the Canucks. Get into the zone quickly. Pass the puck over to Hronik in the faceoff dot, and he takes a shot. Matt Murray gets a piece of it, and it goes over the... Yeah, Ratu enters the zone. It's driving hard to the net, giving some space. And Matt Murray, I think Matt Murray, where did it go? Oh! Matt Murray didn't even save it. Okay, no, Matt Murray got a piece of his glove on it, then it went off the crossbar and out. So that's why it was confusing. The general, Rusty and Dusty, Rusty and Dusty. Pink sunglasses. Vilander looks ready. Just needs his NHL body. Quinn Hughes, good play to keep the puck away from the Seattle players. Then, was that Vilander? Vilander just threw a hip check. Shot on net by Seattle. Kevin Blankinen has it go wide off of him. Quinn Hughes picks it up behind his own net. He's out there with Vilander right now after a penalty kill. Quinn Hughes through center ice. Deeks into the middle over the blue line. Stops up on the half boards near side. Puts it back to the blue line for Brock Besser. Brock Besser across to the other side for Evander Kane. Evander Kane in behind the net. Tries to put it up front. Comes to the blue line. Shot by Vilander. Vilander has the puck go off the goaltender in front. It's wide. Quinn Hughes picks it up. Puts it over for Besser. Near side blue line. Rings it in behind the net. Picked up there by Kane. Kane puts it in front. Good shot there by Petey. And a great, even better save from Matt Murray. Keeping it a 1-0 game with 14:40 left to go in the second period of play. Seattle will relieve the pressure and put the puck all the way down the ice. Picked up there by Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes over the center ice. Dishes the puck. Shot at the front net by Ulrichsen. Ulrichsen picks it up behind the net. Back to the blue line for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes stutter steps, walks to the middle. Shot at the front of the net. Well wide. Looking for the tip. Atu puts it back to the blue line. Gets rung back down low. Wasn't read there by Ulrichsen. He couldn't get to it. And Seattle manages to work the puck out into the neutral zone. Now they'll play it back. And they'll get to center ice and dump it into the Canucks zone. Kirill Kudratsev picks it up behind the net. Loses it for a second. Can't come back up with it. Puck in front. Seattle. Two of them there. All of a sudden it was a 2-on-1 right in front of the net. Klimovich gets to the blue line. Dumps it in. Moves it on the forecheck. Throws a hit. Can't come over the puck though. Vancouver will complete their change here as Klimovich skates off. The Bluger line comes out with Kravtsov. Puck all the way back into the Canucks zone. Wielander plays it up. Good pass all the way up for Kravtsov. He puts it down low for Bluger, who leaves it for Sherwood, who rings it around the boards, comes back to the blue line, jumps over P.O. Joseph's stick, and Kravtsov picks it up at center ice. He'll play it back for P.O. Joseph in the Canucks zone. Wielander spins, plays it across the zone for P.O. Joseph. He plays it out to center ice, tipped into the Seattle zone, but Seattle picks it up there, and they'll play it back down towards the Canucks blue line. Wielander battling there, can't come up with it. Puck down low. Seattle skates towards the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Good defensive coverage there. And where is the Canucks coverage? There is 3 Seattle Kraken, and they get an easy goal as they shoot it right in. There's only 2 Canucks down low, 3 Seattle Kraken in a triangle formation. And just like that, the Seattle Kraken have made it a 2-0 game with absolutely terrible defensive coverage from the Vancouver Canucks. Joseph getting lost in the corner. Wielander all alone in front. Kravtsov lost, not taking his man. Just a full-on yard sale by the Vancouver Canucks. Instead of trying to go to his man to prevent the shot, Kravtsov tries to block the pass, can't get to it. And just like that, Kravtsov is on the ice for another goal against. Trevor Linden. Bring back the Sedins. Michael Ock. Kevin Hart. Damn! Laugh out loud. 13 minutes left to go. 15 shots by the Seattle Kraken, and the Vancouver Canucks absolutely with terrible defensive breakdown there. Puck ends up in the back of the net. Dijon Mustard loves Swedish twins. No. That was pretty nice when it comes to nice goals. It's the preseason. Daniel Turgeon, for fuck's sakes. Swear jar. Toy maker. Laugh out loud. This is classic Canucks. Cootes chasing his man. Can't come on with it. Intercepted there by Cootes. He plays it to the corner for Hughes. Hughes misses the puck. Seattle picks it up into the slot. Lankinen bails out his captain with a glove save. Quinn Hughes not looking great right now. And then Johnny Redbone's like, shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. Jake the Pancake, welcome back, my dude. Fun fact, I believe Sedins are the only Canucks in the Hall of Fame that played for the Canucks their entire career. Interesting. You might be right on that, too. You might be right on that. I'm going to check something here. Can I show you guys goals? Did they post those here? No, they don't post the goals on Canucks Twitter. Otherwise, I would show you the highlights. But here, let's, since they're in the commercial break, let's go over and look at the Edge visualizer. Oh, they don't have it posted yet. But I can show you guys that it was Tyson Jugnath from R. Winterton and B. Myers, Lester Myers. But nevertheless, what is this? Why is there extra goals now? What is this? There's 2 goals for Yanni Newman for some reason now. The Canucks, the NHL website is blowing up apparently. Oh my gosh. Banal beauty. I'm drooling and laughing while crying. Calvin 99 Charlie, do these players get paid playing in the preseason? I think theoretically they don't. The beer and weed are strong, my lord. Do the wave. The general's out here doing the wave. So is Calvin 99 Charlie doing the wave. Big Mac also getting in doing the wave. Woo! Troy in the chat, welcome back. Meyer's speech at the prospect camp was so huge. I loved it. Yeah, Troy, I agree. What an absolute beauty. Yeah, Braden Cootes looking good out there so far. Maybe making a case for him to be the Canucks second line center. I hope he scores tonight. All these players get paid, don't worry. Yeah. Either way, they get all their money. It's one of those things. It's like if you're a teacher, you can either get paid weekly while you're working, or you can have it spread out over the course of 12 months. Canucks ice the puck. The Canucks ice the puck. Learn the rules. Nice Besser with an A. Well-deserved. Yep. David W. The game remains close, even though with a not great first period play by the Canucks. Daniel Turgeon, let's go Nucks. Calvin and Charlie. Rev Trev, don't hold back either. Laugh out loud. Canucks can't get the puck. Oh, they do. Second effort. Canucks get the puck out. Seattle brings in an offside. So they'll have to touch up. P.O. Joseph through center ice. He dumps the puck in the corner. Unfortunately, none of the forwards had any speed moving in, but Canucks moving on the forecheck. Petey comes up with the puck. He skips it back to the blue line, but nobody was there. Now D. Petey battling with his man in the zone. Pedersen staying with his man, keeping him from getting the puck. Now P.O. Joseph comes in to support. He'll play it off the glass, out to the blue line, bounces off a skate. Now back to P.O. Joseph in his own zone. He'll pass it over for D. Petey. D. Petey fans on a pass, intercepted at center ice by Seattle. They'll just lovingly shoot it back into the Canucks zone, move in. P.O. Joseph strips Farkas of the puck. Furcus, sorry. And then Braden Cootes skating up, trying to get the puck in the Seattle zone. Gets turned on. Big Mac coming in with a $2 dono. I'm Juggernaut, bitch. Canucks move in. Lekermacki there, comes up with the puck, puts it back to the blue line. Kudratsev over for Lekermacki. Lekermacki with a shot. And it's through. The Vancouver Canucks have scored. Is that Braden Cootes? Braden Cootes got a piece of it, looks like. And the Vancouver Canucks have scored. Making it a 2-1 game. Braden Cootes with his first goal as a member of the Vancouver Canucks preseason. But it looks like you got a piece of that. Lekermacki shot. Kudratsev over to the Lekermacki, and then Braden Cootes with a backhand tip right in front. Good shot there by... Yeah, it looks like Cootes got a piece of his stick on it. Which is crazy, too. Oh, it went off Cootes' shin pads. He didn't tip it with his stick. He tipped it with his shin pads. He did a little hop and boop, off the shin pads into the back of the net. And Mr. Braden Cootes has scored to make it 2-1. Then look at that. Big Mac coming in with a dono of gifted membership. Free gifted membership going out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hang on a second here. I got to fix this. There we go. Okay. Now this should work, right? Oh, my God. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, off the post. The Canucks just put it off the post. Canucks moving offside. So Cootes starts the play. Puck into the zone. Goes to the front of the net. Back to Kudratsev. Lekermacki takes a shot. Cootes hops in front off his shin pads and in. Hashtag you love to see it. Woo! Go Canucks, go! What is happening? Hang on a second here. Okay, there we go. Sure, with a shot towards the front of the net. Okay, there we go. Now I can show you guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Still working out the kinks here a little bit. So Big Mac comes in and drops a free gifted membership. Jay Parka getting the free gifted membership courtesy of Big Mac. And then Mr. Major, or the General now, drops another gifted membership, and that goes out to Mr. Canadian. So thank you very much to Big Mac, and thank you very much to Mr. the General, both giving out free gifted memberships and giving them out to Jay Parka and Mr. Canadian. Hashtag you love to see it. Thank you very much, boys. I appreciate the generosity. Absolute beauties. Hang on a second here. There it goes. All right, this should work now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's working again. It's working again, guys. Calvin and Charlie. He's like, go, 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 go. Big Mac's like, go, go, go. Boom, go, 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 go. No time to relax. We got to keep up the score, says Derek. Yep. Shannon's like, go, 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 go. And then Johnny Redbone's like, beauty. Canucks move the puck into the zone. 9 minutes left to go in the second period of play. On the half boards. Cycle down low. Petey cuts the middle. Face-off circle. Cuts the middle. Can't get a shot off. Blocked there. And then coming up from the blue line, getting a rebound and shooting it towards the net. Matt Murray makes a glove save, but the Canucks getting a couple chances there. Coach Rob Willie. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go Canucks slow. Go Canucks slow. Bails out Cootes. Cootes is greater than Ratu. I agree, Xavier. Xavier Germain. I absolutely agree. Nice to see you again, my dude. Yard sale. How old? Laugh out loud. Kent McGuire in the house. What's up, Kent McGuire? Nice to see you, my dude. There's another stream just showing the game. You might as well show it, brother. Huh. Our good D played the other day. These are our second choice players. Hughes and Co can start in Abbey. Oh. Gary Wiseman with a hot take. Do we waive our man and send him down? PO is actually a joke, I think. Coots, says KJ Brazy. Calvin 99 Charlie. Tell my boy Linus Carlson to dress up and play. Shouldn't have scratched him in the first place. So mad. And then KJ Brazy like, let's fucking go. And then Gary Wiseman's like, the teams are just getting Coots used to losing. Better get acclimatized if he's going to be a Canuck. Fair enough, right? Rod is here from Kamloops. He's like, go, 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 go. Rod from Kamloops. Nice to see you, my dude. Toy Maker's like, Coots. And then Zach McGalley's like, go, 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 go. And then Rod's like, go, 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 go. Mike Torrance is like, yeah. David W. Meanwhile, among other Canadian teams in action on Friday Pacific Daylight Time, the Oilers lead the Jets 4-0 with under 6 minutes to go in the third period. At 3-0, I turned the game off for a bit. And then Big Hog's like, go, 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 go. And then Todd Peterson's like, hurrah! Rod's like, plan the parade, boys! And then Xavier's like, Coots! And then Big Hog's like, let's fucking go, Coots! And the General's like, yes! Canucks win the face-off. Kept in at the blue line, well by Hughes. Played down the half boards by Petey. Hughes cuts to the middle. High slot, takes a shot to the front of that. Matt Murray makes a shoulder save. Rebound comes to the side. Canucks can't come up with it. Seattle clears it all the way down the ice. And then Hronek did his best. I'm trying so hard to get to this puck. And the Seattle Kraken have iced the puck. The Canucks in the last little bit here have actually turned on the Jets and have been controlling all the play in the Seattle zone. Yeah, Matt Murray just getting a piece of that shot from Hughes and directing it to the side. Just a reminder, everyone, Mr. Rev Trev from Kempner Canucks will be coming on to the second intermission. David W. Braden Cootes scores 2-1 Kraken. And then Todd Peterson's got his like crystal ball out. And then, is that like a magic wand? Boop! I called it! Oh yeah, we can end the poll question then. 21% of you were correct. Right? 21% of you were correct. We're going to end this poll now. 21% of you were correct. Look at that. 41% thought it was EP. Cootes, Hughes both got 21%. Kane got 17%. Canucks control in behind the Seattle zone. Back to the blue line. Hughes walks it. Pass across for Hronek with a shot to the front of the net. And then Kane getting into it in the front of the net. Matt Murray covering it up. We've got a line of Kane, Besser, and Petey out there right now. So DeBrusk might have gotten moved off this line. But yeah, Kane out there with Besser and Petey right now. Interesting. But Hronek gets one of his piss missiles off. I called it, says HSM Gaming, Fangirl Gaming. Santa! No shutout anyway. Yeah, Daniel Turgeon, go, 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 go. Dijon Mustard's like, go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. All right, I'm going to start a new poll question. Who gets... I'm going to say, who gets Hoglander's spot? Okay. Cootes. Sasson. Baines. Or Ratu. Seattle moves the puck out to center ice. Canucks pick it up there. Seattle picks it up at their own blue line. Okay, there you go. New poll question now that the Canucks have scored. Daniel Turgeon, got to be lucky to be good. Cootes is a keeper. Hell yeah. Canucks lose the puck in their slot. Seattle moves it back down low. 7:25 left to go in the second period. Now controlling, trying to get a pass out front. Cootes blocks that one. The Canucks poke the puck. Vilander couldn't get it to go far enough. Now Cootes into the corner. Good stick by Vilander to prevent that pass from getting out front. Puck gets rung around the boards to the far side. Shot to the front of the net. Lankinen wasn't messing around, and he covers it up immediately. We get a whistle and a face-off. Thank you for the $2 dono. Daniel Turgeon, you're an absolute beauty. I appreciate you. Got to be lucky to be good. Cootes is a keeper. I agree. He's looking really good tonight. I'm very much enjoying watching this young man play hockey. Troy, I called it. Show the game. Other streams are. Cootes for 2. Is the game on Canucks.com? Like, is this what's happening? Nah, they just got the Flames game on the Canucks website. Down low for Sherwood. Sherwood tries to get out front. Can't. Seattle intercepts. DP picks it up in the neutral zone. Passes over for Bluger. Bluger takes some time to collect himself. Puts it back for P.O. Joseph. Plays it up to the middle for Sherwood. Sherwood keeps. Shot in on Matt Murray, making sure he's awake. Trying to catch him. Krastov moves in. Makes a forecheck. Jars the puck free. Quinn Hughes picks it up. Fires it across for P.O. Joseph. P.O. Joseph puts it towards the net. Matt Murray makes a save and he'll glove it and hang on. And then Sherwood getting into it in front of the net. A little bit of passion. The boys gather for a chat. It ain't Kane. Shit. General actually called it. That's wild. Wait. General is major? Yeah. You got a raise or a promotion, I guess. Sure, we're going to the front of that hard. Cootes or for a Gordie Howe? Yeah. If Cootes gets a Gordie Howe hat trick in this game, he definitely makes the team, right? Big Mac's like, oh my God. And John Redbone's like, Cootes. And then Gary Wiseman's like, Cootes. Plus ties the game equals Cooties. Canucks win the faceoff. Back to the blue line. Kane, Hughes walks all the way down to the faceoff circle. He throws it to the front of the net. Goes off of Matt Murray into the corner. Canucks pick it up there. Back to the blue line, being covered there by Hronek. Hronek plays it over for Hughes. Hughes puts it across the faceoff circle. Shot wide of the net, rung around the boards. Hronek throws it around the boards. Picked up there by Hughes. Hughes plays it over for Hronek. They switch sides now. Hughes and Hronek playing pass on the blue line. Back for Klimovich to the front of the net. That gets blocked by a Seattle player. Puck drops down. Ratu picks it up, rings it in behind the net. Pretty weak shot, though, unfortunately. Hughes skates down to try and get the puck. Can't get it. Ratu throws a hit. Can't come up with the puck. And then looks like Krasov comes in and throws a hit too. Hronek spins around, takes it into his own zone. Oh, it was Kane threw the hit. Nice. So Kane throwing his weight around in there. Besser moves in. Yeah. So Kane has been moved up. He's been elevated. So they've taken DeBrusk off of that line. I wonder if DeBrusk has left the game. We'll have to check and see. Because Kane has been elevated to play with Besser and Petey. But it looks like, I wonder if, we'll have to check and see. Anyone know if DeBrusk has left the game? Kudratsev rings it around by his own net. No one there to pick it up. Seattle plays it back to the blue line, across the blue line to the far side. Kudratsev battling with his man. Petey comes in, throws his body around, knocks his man. Can't come up with the puck though. Seattle plays it up front. Langen with a save. Rebound comes out front. Pettersson battling for it. He's fighting for it. A little support there from Besser. Besser and Petey combine. Besser takes it behind the net. Besser plays it behind the net for Vilander. Vilander will skate back behind his net and wait for his teammates to continue to change. Canucks bring out his net. So DeBrusk is now on a line with Cootes and Lekermacki. Yeah, so Cootes and Lekermacki playing with DeBrusk now. So it looks like they're trying something new. Shot wide of the net by Seattle. Comes off the boards all the way to the blue line. Shot to the front of the net. Deflected to the near side boards. Puck ends up in the corner. And then behind the Canucks net, Cootes moves in behind the net to try and come up with it. Seattle plays the puck back to the blue line. Across the blue line to the far side. Lekermacki watching his man. Good hand-eye there by Lekermacki to prevent that pass from getting in. He'll deflect it out to center. So I can see that they have changed the lineups. 3:45 left to go in the second period. Seattle moves in. Gets rubbed off the puck, though. Cootes plays it behind the net for Kudratsev. Kudratsev plays it up the boards for Kravtsov, but he can't get that pass as it was in his feet. Kudratsev then picks it up, plays it up to the blue line, loses it, gets it back. His defensive partner, P.O. Joseph, will play it out to center ice. And then the Vancouver Canucks, Teddy Bluger flips the puck into his own net. You can't pass it to your teammates on the bench, Bluger. Learn the rules, my dude. Captain prefers to be Little Spoon. Fair enough. It's nice you have someone wrapped around you, isn't it? Troy Maker, yeah. Vodka killed him. I might have to get a 91 jersey, says Dijon Mustard. Just minutes ago, the Oilers beat the Jets 4-0, despite the Jets having outshot them 20-19. Huh. Can't spell Little Spoon without Poon. He's anti-Poon. National Lampoon, laugh out loud. And then Gary Wiseman just puts his spoon in chat. Big Mac, the general you always have be a major thing in life, no matter what the name is. KJ, you have NHL 25? Oilers are winning because Skinner's not in net. David, laugh out loud. That's funny, eh? Still rocking 24 on PS4. The general's like, learn the rules, learn the rules, learn the rules. Cooter on a kick scooter. I bet he's a young kid. He's probably got a kick scooter, right? What was the Canuck player drinking out of the bottle? Out of what looked like a brown beer bottle? I didn't see it, Shannon. Are they chugging beers? Are they chugging beers on the bench there? Dark Charge, what's up, my dude? Nice to see you. Yo, what's up? Nothing is perfect. How's it going, my dude? How's your off season? Are you enjoying Archer Shelovs? I see you guys. You won tonight, right? Arthur Shelovs. He looked good for you, right? Dark Charge. You're so lucky to have our Latvian king. Big Mac, you are as well, Big Hog. All of you in chat, the community is the best. I was right, says Troy. Todd Peterson. That Petey needs a goal on the break. I said Coots. A in the chat. They can't even beat a newer team. They do quite often have trouble with the Seattle Kraken. We're not going to lie to you, A. A's in the chat. Welcome, A. Now we just got to get B in the chat, too. Where's B when you need her? W, lacrosse goalie reference. Troy, Toymaker. I want to see Kane drop the gloves. Hey, you never know. It might happen. And then Big Mac just drops $1. I'm assuming that's for the swear jar. Thank you for the $1 dono, Big Mac. Canucks control in the Seattle zone. Sherwood comes up within the corner. Plays it back down behind the net. Picked up there by Bluger. Bluger turns. Plays the puck in front. What a pass by Bluger up for Ulrichsen. Ulrichsen gets a shot off, but Matt Murray's up to the task. Pinching down for the point. DPD keeps it in. Sherwood trying to pursue the puck. Can't come out with it. Seattle skates. Dishes back and deeper into their zone. Playing it out to center ice. Puck gets deflected back into the Seattle zone. They'll play pass between the defensemen. The general also donating $1 for swear jar. Swear jar! Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Laugh out loud at Die Hard Red Wings. Hey, Kempner, I was right. Canuck land in the chat again. Ruthless Sharky. Woo! What's up, Ruthless Sharky? Nice to see ya. Seattle skates out of their zone, flips it over the blue line, out to center. Hit by Hronek, jars the puck free. Hughes picks it up. He plays it up the boards. Out to the blue line, intercepted there. I think we got DeBrusk back on the line with Petey. We got Pettersson, DeBrusk, and Petey back together again. And they'll just flip into the zone and go up for a change. I like Kane with EP. Yeah. Big Mac, Big Mac. Kane, the new Ryan Kessler? Could be. He's got the grit for it. Daniel Hyde. What happened to Hoglander? He sprained his ankle. So he's going to be out for a little bit. Vancouver can't come up with the puck in the Seattle zone. Vilander picks it up at Sunrise, dishes it into the neutral zone. Lekermacki intercepts it. Breakaway. Comes in, dinks the backhand. And he puts it off the goaltender's leg. Another shot to the front of that. Deflected right in front. Canucks trying to dig it out of some feet. Lekermacki with showing some great hand-eye on that play. Great to see that. That's 2 times now. He's picked the puck out of midair. Canucks play it out through center ice. Kirill the thrill. Kudratsev dumps it into the near side corner. Ratu moves in to get the puck. Puts it behind the net for Klimovich. Klimovich plays it over for Hronek. Hronek walks the blue line. He drops it for Kudratsev, high slot. Shot to the front of the net. Deflected in front off of a Seattle player. Canucks trying to come up with the puck again. Ratu and Ulrichsen and Klimovich out there together. Klimovich throws a hit. Intercepted by DPD. Skates in. Looks to the front. Shot. Deflected away by a stick. Klimovich puts it back to the blue line. Ratu covering. He tries to shoot on net. Absolutely fans on it. Gives up a breakaway. Seattle in. Shot. Lankinen's up to the task. Now there's another Seattle player, but the puck rolled away from him. Seattle picks it up in the high slot. Dekes to the middle. And then loses the puck at the last second. With just no time left on the clock. And there it is. The end of the second period of play. With some good efforts there. Again, Ratu having a rough time, I think. We're into the second intermission. So let me get Rev Trev on the line here. Oh, I've got to make sure I set this up too, right? Remember last time I brought somebody on and then we didn't even have their name proper. So I got to make sure I'm doing that. Canuck Land was Dustin Boydell for a minute. It was chaos. Okay, wait a second here. Okay. Oh, there he is. This one. There we are. Make sure I properly label my guests. All right, let's get Rev Trev on the line. Alrighty, perfect. All right, guys, you know him. You love him. He's got all the honest takes coming out of Rev Trev, so let's get him on here. Without further ado, Rev Trev. What's up, my dude? Passionate, realistic, honest. Rev Trev.
Let's go. Let's get some passion going. There's some actual hockey playing.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. It's a little sloppy, but I like seeing the boys back, you know? Let's believe in blue because we're making the playoffs. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. We had the comment in the chat earlier and then said, got to be good to be lucky, luck to be good. It kind of describes Cootes' goal there, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just need those. You're in the right place, right time. There's so much hype and excitement about Cootes, and technically it is his goal. I just sit there and go, yeah, I wish he like shot it, you know?
Fair. I mean, at least it's preseason too, right? So he does score a goal technically, but he's more of a backboard for that one. But at least it is just a look at what could come, and once the regular season rolls around, then he can actually shoot it into the net.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing too is in the regular season, the postseason, and the preseason, that counts. So I'm not discrediting him on that. I didn't think he looked great in the first period. I thought he kind of looked meh and a little bit. I would say Canucks fans are watching for him, but I wouldn't have said that you saw him. But in the second period, I felt like he looked a lot better, got his feet under him, and looked like he was contributing, and then got rewarded with the goal. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know. I think Canuck fans are gonna overreact, and next thing you know, he has to be on this team and all this stuff. But maybe he does. Maybe he belongs.
Well, that's what's something I was going to ask you too, is because now with Hoglander probably out week to week, sprained ankle. If it's a high ankle sprain, it could be a month, right? Because those are really hard to recover from. But that does open up a roster spot, and there's a lot of competition to make this lineup. Do you think there's a specific player in this training camp, in this preseason, that's shown that they have what it takes to take that roster spot for Hoglander until he gets back?
Yeah, and I think one of the things everyone wants to say Coots, but I don't think it's Coots. I think it's Leckermacky or Carlson. Those are the guys. You got to remember that Hoaglander's a winger, not a centerman. If we went down a centerman, then maybe a guy like Coots has an opportunity to come up and be that guy, or Sasson, someone like that. But it's got to be someone like, if it's a left winger they're specifically looking for, Baines is definitely a guy that they got to be considering. But I just think you got to, with what Carlson did last year, he's got to be the odds-on favorite. If not, Leckermacky. And I'm just telling you right now, watching this game, I think Leckermacky is noticeably a weapon, a dangerous weapon. It's like he just he's out there, he's doing his thing, and all of a sudden he's got that little special something, and then it's like it can be in the back of the net, or it can be a great scoring chance. And I would lean him at this moment, but I think they might. I don't know. Carlson, he looks good too. I don't know. If you're gonna gun to the head, Leckermacky is the guy who's gonna replace Hoaglander. But maybe Leckermacky already makes his team. I'm not sure.
Well, and I found it interesting too. I don't know if you saw that they started the game with DeBrusk, Besser, and Petey together. Partway through that second period, they switched Kane and DeBrusk. So DeBrusk moved down to play with Cootes and Leckermacky. Did you notice the difference between those two lines, and do you think that's just Adam Foote playing with things, or is he not liking what he's seeing from that DeBrusk, Besser, Petey line?
Well, that's the thing. He's got to figure that out now. That's what preseason's all about. All the fans want Kane, Petey, and Besser. That's what all the fans want. I said to everyone, it's going to be DeBrusk, Petey, and Besser, and you just got to deal with it. But tonight in the second period, Kane on that line looked way better. That pass he had in front to Pettersson, bet he couldn't bury it, but excellent scoring chance, right? That's what you were looking for. You need Petey to shoot the puck more. When he does, he's more dangerous. He's an excellent passer. You need him to shoot. So I don't know. I think I'm with all the other fans. It's like, why aren't we going Kane? Plus, he makes $5 million. Got to follow the money, but it's all about chemistry. And I think what he's trying to do is balance those top two lines. We have to remember this one thing. Beadle's not playing tonight.
Right.
So So who plays better with Hedel? DeBrusque or Kane on that left side? You got it. That's the big question you got to answer, because you got to have balanced scoring. But right now, I test biased, third game in the preseason. We're going Kane, baby, on that top line.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling too. I like the way that looked for a minute there. And I always say this: if you have DeBrusque and Besser on the same line, it's almost like having the same player on both sides of Petey, right? So they don't really bring different things to the game.
Yeah, they're kind of slower, but they have streaky. Yeah, you know what? That's a great comparison, Russ. That's why you make the big bucks. That's why you're the man, the myth, the legend,
So as you've been watching through the preseason training camp, all these prospect stuff that they've been doing, has there been anyone that has stood out to you that you didn't expect to look good, or is there anyone that you think might be a dark horse to make this team?
That's a great question. Well, I think Cootes is the guy. I didn't think we would be talking about him. I think that's the slow pitch, home run thing that you just hit, and let me hit the home run there. But Kudratsev's not bad. I just love that Abbotsford line of Baines, Sasson, and Carlson. I don't know what it is about that line. I'm like, they played all season last year together. They had all that success in the playoffs. Can't we get tempted and just bring that line and do a Young Guns line? Like, why can't we do that? And make that your third line, your fourth line, whatever you need to do. I think about back in the day, there was always those young gun lines that these teams, whether it was Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, they wanted to have these young guys get some reps and not be on the top two lines so that they didn't have all the pressure. But the problem is in the center depths is, what do you do? What do you do with Ratu? What do you do with Hedel? What do you do with Pedersen? What do you do with Bluger? And I think for that special line there, I think you have to wait till an injury happens down center. If anyone gets hurt, then you bring those boys back together and say, you know what? Let's see what they can do. And I think you're going to see their chemistry look really good. I'm going to do a video this week on Canucks chemistry. I'll be talking about that line a bit on that one.
Yeah, because I've been really down on Aatu Ratu. I have not been impressed, and I get it, because he had a very short summer. He was injured in the Calder Cup playoffs, so, and then obviously they finished playing in June, so he didn't get into his rehab and recovery. So I'm not impressed with what he's done. I like what you said. Let's have the Abby line together, and then you have Ratu as your 13th forward, right? Because we think Carlson was probably going to be that 13th forward, right? So with Hoglander out now, you take Ratu out, and then you bring that top line of Abbotsford to make it your fourth line, because Carlson, Baines, and Sasson have absolute dynamite together. They've got the speed for it. And with the chemistry that they've had so far, maybe they can come in and make some noise. And Carlson can contribute on the power play. Sasson and Baines can contribute on the penalty kill. So it might be something that they want to look at moving into the regular season.
I don't know why you wouldn't just, even this is what they're doing in the preseason. They let them be together. Let's see what they look like against other AHL and NHL players. Let's see what they look like. So
I'm disappointed in Aatu Ratu. Are you disappointed in anyone on the Canucks right now?
Okay. Well, I'm actually disappointed in what the Canucks look like just tonight. You have your top line there, and you have your top D pairing, and we're getting a little bit outplayed. Well, we got outplayed in the first period. So the passing wasn't there. Hronek had a horrific giveaway. But I just feel like the second period, they've kind of started getting together. Like, there's not very many players on that Kraken team that I'm sitting there going, man, those guys are dangerous. There's one guy on that team that I think's dangerous, and that's it. Like, most of the guys, I'm like, who's that? Like, I don't even know who that is. And if we lose this game, it's like, I am honestly a little concerned, because first period, we just didn't generate enough quality shots. So, let's see what they do in the third here. But I think overall for tonight's game, I would say that I don't know, for all the games, it's hard to say. There's just so many different variables. I just really didn't like Hronek's giveaway. That was disgusting. I was like, really, dude? You're making $7 million, and I know that everyone makes mistakes, but I'm like, I got to give some grace. It's preseason. It's preseason.
Yeah. I mean, even Hughes has bobbled the puck a couple times out there, right? And if Quinn Hughes, the best defenseman in the league, can't get his stuff together yet, then I'll give him a little bit of grace.
That's
but
true.
Big Mac donates $2 to say, what the puck is everyone doing out there? Which I completely agree with, right? Like, that's kind of a couple of moments there. Like, even that play down low where Krastov doesn't get back in time, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-2 down low out of nowhere, and Seattle scores, right? So Krastov
But in
not
saying
making a
that,
good
something
case.
important happened at the end of the second period.
Yeah.
The clock's running down. DPD's coming down the right-hand side, and instead of passing it across, he tries to get the shot off because he knows, like, let's try to get this shot. I got to get something here. We got to generate a shot. Unfortunately, it hit a defensive player's stick and went. And I'm like, you know what? I like that he went after that. Because a lot of guys try to make that pass. There's two guys in between. It's like, it's not getting through. And it's like, good on you. This is what I kind of want to see in these young guys. Like, make a name for yourself and contribute. Like, don't be a defensive liability, contribute. And I'm like sitting there going, that was something I'm like, I'll talk about it on my post-game show tonight. But people are getting a sneak peek right now. So
yeah. So we've talked a bit about who we think's making the team for the forwards, but the defense is very interesting as well. You mentioned Kirill Kudryavtsev, and if he plays on pretty much 15 other NHL or AHL affiliates, he's probably got a good chance to make the roster. But man, with the depth that they have, Mancini and Wilander are probably ahead of him right now. Between those young guys, do you think the Canucks have a good plan? Like, is it going to be a rotation thing? Like, do they maybe carry Wilander and Mancini up in the NHL with DPD, or what do you think they end up doing?
yeah, again, it'll come down to injuries, but when it comes to this defensive pairing, all these defensive pairings are core. Follow the money. Go look at Puckpedia and look what everyone's making, and you know who's going to be where. The other thing you need to remember is this. Once they play that 6 amount of games, they played their 9th game, they go from that AHL contract of $80,000 or $90,000 to whatever their $775,000, $900,000 contract kicks in, right? So they're wanting to play those games, and I'm watching Mancini, and I'm like, this guy wants to be he does not want to play in the AHL. He's like, I want to be on that roster. So if he takes a guy's spot away, who is it? And I'm thinking it's got to be Forbort. I think Forbort, even though I like him, I think he's solid. He's got to be our 7th guy. So I think it's going to be DPD on the left with Mancini on the back. That's our 3rd pairing. And that is part of our future. You got to get reps with those guys. And maybe Mancini goes out and Wilander goes in. I'm totally cool with that. But that second line, Marcus Pettersson and Tyler Myers, looks pretty set.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty solid. They're not a scoring juggernaut, but they can play defense.
I mean, some people forget Tyler Myers is a big part of why Connor McDavid was pretty much shut down against the Canucks in that playoffs, right? Like, he just hung all over him, and Tyler Myers with that long reach, adding a guy like Marcus Pettersson to his side, and it's going to be even more formidable for any team to try and get back past those true trees, right? So Wilander starts in the AHL probably, and then you got Forbort as the 7th defenseman, and then you got Mancini and DPD. And I think the thing about DPD is that he's got the chops to play on the penalty kill, and that's probably one of the big reasons they signed Forbort. But if DPD, young guy, can do it just as well, then you might as well get him the experience, right?
Yeah, and so do you think Forbort starts the year on the starting roster in the top 6? Or the 6th pairing? Like, what do you think?
I feel like the plan probably will be to have Forbort plus young defensemen. So they'll probably have DPD and Mancini rotate in and out of the lineup, and then it'll just come down to injuries. But yeah, I think Forbort probably is your starting 6, but that's mostly just as a result of his penalty kill prowess, as well as being a more veteran player. Because then you kind of have a look where you have a very solid 5 veteran players and then 1 young guy. But I mean, then injuries happen, and who knows?
Yeah, and they're going to happen. It's not like, we're not. I mean, last year was brutal, absolutely brutal. And if we can stay semi-healthy, I think this team's got a lot of potential.
Rev Trev, do the Canucks have what it takes to come back against the Kraken in this third period?
Oh, they better. Or I'm going to be losing it on my post-game show. I'm just telling you that right now. No, I won't lose it. It's preseason. I'll keep it within step. But this roster, like, it's Lankin and net, right? It's not Patera or Patera. I mean, and it's Tolopilo. It's Lankinen.
Yeah.
And then you got your top pair. I don't know. I think you have to. The thing is like our top line is not. It is generating. It is generating. It just hasn't scored yet. So I'll say we're coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if we won 3-2, 4-2. I think we shut them down in the second period or third period, and we're gonna score 3 goals in the third period. Let's go.
Oh. So a 4-2 final for the Vancouver Canucks. What time are you going live for the post-game show, Rev Trev?
I'm going live right after. So we're probably overlapping, which is fine, but you do such a good job, Russ. Honestly, I love your streams. I watch as much as I can. You're so consistent. I'm so thankful that you're streaming and you're doing your thing. So I'm gonna go out after the game, but yeah.
I'll send everyone over to you once we're finishing up here.
I appreciate that, man.
Remember, Rev Trev, you were the very first guest I ever had on my entire stream. Yeah, you were the very first guest I ever had on, other than Dustin, who's like my co-host, but you were my very first guest. So I went back and looked, and you were number 1.
Wow. Well, I mean, Dustin's pretty good, man. I do appreciate his analysis as well, but thanks. I mean, that's great. I feel honored to be one of your first guests for sure.
Yeah. We'll have more collabs coming up for sure, brother.
Oh, absolutely. And I got to get you on my show. Like, have you been on my show yet?
Yeah, a couple times. I think at least once or twice, I would say.
I can barely remember last week. Like, to remember last year, like, wow.
Awesome, Rev Trev. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
I remember being mad a lot last year.
Looks like Tolopilo starting the third period there, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
There you go.
Cool, brother. We'll talk to you soon and have a good post-game show.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me on, and I'll see you later.
Rev Trev from Kempner Canucks stopping by, the legend. Love to see it. We are underway. Third period has started there. I do want to go back because I did see Eric drop 5 gifted memberships, so let me update this scoreboard. And I'll give you guys a countdown as well, because I got to remember to do that. We got 19, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. And the Canucks score! At the 19-21 mark, the puck comes back to Hronek at the point, and he takes a big slapper, and it gets into the back of the net. Vancouver Canucks early in this period have tied it up with a clapper from Hronek at the point. Let's see who gets it. Yeah, DeBrusque puts it off. Oh, and Seattle just tries to clear it out. Bad clear by the Seattle Kraken player. They end up just putting it right back to Hronek, and he just blasts it right past the Seattle goaltender. They've actually put their backup goalie in now, too. Big Mac donating $2. Honest opinions only. Goaltending Sitch. Russell Hype. www. Rusty and Dusty. Crystal. Go. Canucks glow. Canucks glow. HSM fangirl. Go. Shannon. Go. Jazz. Go. Zach McNally leaves 25. Go. 2-2. And then Big Mac's like, go. Boom. And then the general comes in. Oh, Daniel. Canucks take it here in the third. Thank you for the $5 dono. My goodness, Daniel. Thank you very much. I appreciate the $5 dono, bro. You're breaking the bank once again. Daniel, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the donation. Kempner Canucks, Hronek the hero. Forget what I said about Hronek. Laughing and crying. What timing, eh? That's how it goes. And then the general comes in and gifts a membership. And here, since we got just a quick second here. Oh, Canucks win the faceoff in their own zone. They'll skate through center. Poked down by Vilander. Kane comes up with it. Puts it in behind. Back in front. And Lekkerimäki has his stick lifted at the last second. Can't get a good shot off. Lekkerimäki now battling down low. Has the puck skip off his stick and check. Seattle gets it out to center ice. Kudratsev can't get the puck. P.O. Joseph leaves it for Kane. Kane takes a hit. Makes the play anyways. Puts it up the boards. Back to the blue line. Seattle controls. Shot to the front of the net. And Tolopilo makes his first save of the game. Did you just drop another? Eric Hunter with another 5 gifted memberships. Oh my God. We got to get this out here. I'm going to put this right on here. So Eric Hunter with a free gift, 5 gifted memberships going out to JD, the line change, Michelle CD, Amy Seymour, and Daniel Patterson, all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter. And then I got to scroll back too, because I did see while I was chatting with Rev Trev. I got to go all the way back here. Here's another one. So that's 10 gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter, giving them out to Knopf, Matt Winchester, Deep Shallow, Kevin Choi, and Brian Hamber, all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter. That's 10 gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter, Knopf, Matt Winchester, Deep Shallow, Kevin Choi, Brian Hamber. And then we scroll all the way down here to more. And it's JD, the line change, Michelle, Amy Seymour, and Daniel Patterson, all getting a free gifted membership courtesy of Eric Hunter. Eric Hunter, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very much for your generosity. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I appreciate you. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Off of a stick, though. Let's see. Who's the Seattle goaltender now? Who's their backup in this game? Grubauer. So it's Grubauer in net now. So Matt Murray's out. Grubauer's in. Canucks are skating well to start this. Sherwood skates onto it on the half boards. Gives it to Ratu. Ratu has it run off his stick in the corner on near side. Back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes walks the blue line. Stops. Cuts to the middle. Skates down the boards. Looks to the middle. Passes. Gets blocked. Skates onto the puck. Comes up with it. It's still with him. He puts it over for Hronek. Hronek puts it down the boards. Canucks pick it up there. It looks like Hughes has drawn a penalty. So Lankinen goes back to the bench. But Seattle touches the puck. And so that will be a whistle. And then Canuckland becomes a member. Thank you very much, Canuckland, for becoming a member of Nothing is Perfect. I appreciate you, brother, for stopping by and becoming a member. Welcome. I lied. You are perfect. There it is. Canuckland becoming a member. Thank you very much for the dono. I appreciate it, bro. And now you can use all of the custom emojis. And then Big Mac uses monthly membership message to say at Eric Hunter, nothing kapoo. Kapow? Kapo. Nothing kapo? And then Eric Hunter, what are you doing, bro? You're donating $10 more, man. I'm going to put you in the poorhouse. Don't put yourself in the poorhouse. Canucks onto the power play, first time in the game. Kane, far near side, shot to the front of the net. Saved by Grubauer. Rebound gets cleared down the ice. Eric Hunter, no comment. Just here, have $10. Thanks, Eric Hunter. I appreciate you very much. That's amazing. DeBrus carries the puck over the blue line into the corner on the near side, rings the puck around the boards, comes back to Petey on the half boards, puts it back to Hughes on the blue line, back down to Petey on the half boards far side, across to Kane. Kane back to Hughes, shot from the point, and it looks like that might have gone off one of the Canucks players in front. Hughes puts it down the boards for Besser. They've rotated now. Besser puts it behind the net for Kane. Kane puts it up for Petey on the half boards. He puts it back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes puts it down for Besser. Besser with a one-timer. Comes back off the end boards over to Petey as he shot it wide. Petey with a fake one-timer. Puts it across with a fake one-timer. Puts it across for Besser. And Besser shoots it. Goes off his stick and just wide. Beautiful play there with the fake pass. Hughes picks it up at the blue line. 3 on. Oh, and then Hughes tries to put it across for Besser. And the Seattle Kraken gets a stick on it and pokes it out. Canucks buzzing on this power play. Hughes skates it back in. cutting to the net, shooting short side, goes off the shoulder of Grubauer. Kane picks it up, puts it back to DeBrusk on the point. He puts it down for Kane. Kane plays it back to the blue line for Petey. Petey's now up high. Back to the blue line for Petey. Petey holds, dishes with a shot from the side. Hughes. Grubauer makes a save. Kane picks it up on the near side. Petey, blue line, down for Kane on the half boards. Throws it across for Hughes. Hughes looks back to the point, into the middle for Besser. Besser puts it back for Petey. Petey puts it down low for Hughes. Hughes in the corner, puts it back for Petey. Petey with a shot, gets blocked by the Seattle Kraken. He plays it over for Hughes. Hughes with a one-timer, just a swing on it, getting a piece of it, and Grubauer makes the save. Okay, no, Matt Murray's still in net. I guess Matt Murray's still in. I thought Grubauer was in. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Russ is perfect. Thank you very much, Kempner Canucks. You're an absolute beauty. What a power play. You're right. Rev Trev. Just wanted to hear you say that. Laugh out loud. Linden. And then Trevor Linden appears. You love to see it. Capo pronunciation. Capo. Okay. Nothing capo. At Eric Hunter, nothing capo. What does capo mean? The general. Kempner. Goal! Matt Murray takes it off the face. Only 4 seconds left to go on this power play. Todd Peterson puts a bomb in chat. Chat just shitting on Hronik, and then he goes and scores. Laugh out loud. And then Thomas is like, Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. And then KJ Brazy III. Welcome, KJ Brazy III. Take more shits. What? Thomas. Big Mac. I'm regular enough. General. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Okay. In cleanup time, they got Braden Cootes out there with Ulrichsen and Leckermacky, P.O. Joseph and Vilander on the blue line. Seattle does win the draw, though, and they'll kill off the rest of that power play, flipping the puck all the way out into the Canucks zone. Terrible play by them. They didn't need to do that, and they just gave the puck back to the Canucks. We'll take it. Pass all the way up to Ulrichsen. He tips it in. Seattle rings around the boards. Chip just passed. Cootes is there. He tries to flip it down low, goes into a crowd, and Seattle comes out with it. Leckermacky on the back check. Puck goes wide on a shot. It was a 2-on-1, and Leckermacky with an amazing back check. Play away from the puck. You love to see it. Woo! Says Canuckland. Woo! I feel like that was an appropriate amount of O's. Are we getting outshotting? Are we outshotting a team? Yay! We are now. Canucks bring it out through center ice. Pass gets intercepted by Seattle. Canucks now leading shots. 21-24. What the heck is this thing doing? Oh, I see what happened here. Okay, that makes sense. All right, back to the bar. I'll fix that later. Canucks carry it out of their own zone. Ulrichsen through center ice, gets over the blue line. Tries to get the puck down low. Picked up there by Klimovich. Klimovich stops in the corner under check. Ulrichsen comes into support. He takes the puck out, puts it back to the blue line, across the blue line for Hughes. Hughes skates down the half boards, goes right in behind the net. Skates right in the high slot, takes a shot to the net. That one hits something and goes wide. Canucks, Klimovich tries to chip it back to the front of the net. Seattle intercepts that, and they'll start skating out over the blue line. Ratu reads the play well, steps up, and prevents the play from moving down into their own zone. Klimovich puts the puck up for Leckermacky. Oh, no, that's DeBrusk. Now Ulrichsen throws it. Oh, no, that's Petey. Petey looked like Ulrichsen. Petey throws the hit, throws his man to the ice. Petey looked like a 6'6" man out there for a second. DeBrusk flips the puck out to center. Besser can't quite come up with it. Puck over to P.O. Joseph at center. He chips it, but Seattle intercepts it. They'll flip it in. Petey picks it up in front of Tolopilo. Plays the puck up. Tipped by Petey over DeBrusk. He gets to center ice, and he'll flip it towards the net in the Seattle zone. Brock Besser in on the forecheck. Can't come up with it. Seattle plays it behind their own net. 12:30 left to go in the third period of play. And the puck ends up going into the Canucks bench. Jake DeBrusk might have taken a puck. No, he's fine. He's fine. Got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. Yeah, because DeBrusk is a huge... Yeah, here, I'll show you. I got this fixed now. The Canucks are now out shooting the Seattle Kraken 25-21. They're also out heating them 27-14. So that's a good stat to see. Also, face-off wise, looking really, really good. 59.5%. So we are absolutely outshotting a team. Segmina in the chat. What's up, Segmina? Back to the bar. Someone on D is moving. Eric Hunter. The General's looking at. Retire Eric's jersey in the bar. Yeah. Eric, what number do you wear? Thank God for Heronic. Cardile. Cart E. How dare he touch a rookie in Cootes? Oh yeah, fuck Cardi. Troy Cruchot. Who scored? Heronic. Tolopilo. Eric Hunter needs his jersey retired in the bar, Russ. Yeah, we got to find out, what number do you wear, Eric? If you have a jersey on, what number do you wear? Laugh out loud. The Canucks did. That's a good one. Swear jar. Big Mac coming in with a $1 dono for the swear jar. You'll love to see that. Eric Hunter is officially known as Capo in the Nothing Mafia. And then there's the Canuck land. Calvin 99 Charlie, can someone tell that Eric Hunter's picture looks like a duck when you first look at it? Or is that just me? Power play! W Canuck land. Vancouver PP. Yeah, that Vancouver PP looked really good. Vanish. Can we get a petition to sign to have the Canucks make a Nuck Around and Find Out shirt? Vanish. You need to just make that shirt yourself and make some money. Lots and lots of money. Thank you, Heronic. And Eric Hunters is the general. Grubby. Van, I'd buy it. Says Mike Torrance. Bad PP. Let's go Leafs. Says Zach McNally. Seattle carries the puck through center after winning the faceoff. Shot towards Tolopilo. He makes a save. Puck comes to the far boards. Got Cootes, Lekermacki out there now. Heronic takes a hit. Quinn Hughes has the puck go by him. So yeah, so it's Kane, Lekermacki, and Cootes again. Lekermacki stops up, skates back to the blue line, puts it back for Heronic. He plays it across for Hughes. Hughes near side, spin move in the faceoff dot. One-timer from Kane, shot to the front of net, ends up going off some bodies and wide. Cootes puts it back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes skates to the middle, puts it over for Heronic. Heronic puts it right through the crease. Kane tries to get the puck, but ends up catching an edge and falling. The Canucks follow up, put the puck in the corner. Lekermacki battling it for it there. Kane trying to support, but Seattle ends up coming out with it, skating out through center ice. Oh, what the heck? Oh, my whole stream just crashed for a minute. That was weird. My YouTube channel window crashed. Inconceivable. Let's hope that still works. Does this still work now? Nope. Why? All right, Canucks looking good in this third period, tying it up early with a blast from the point from Heronic on a beauty pass from one of the Seattle Kraken players. What the heck is this, bro? Why are you broken, man? Oh, nope. How about this? There we go. Now it's fixed. All right. Canucks dump the puck into the Seattle zone. Ulrichsen dumps it for Sherwood, who puts it out front. And Bluger tried to bring it in for a shot, but couldn't get it. Seattle clears it to the corner. Sherwood takes his man down. See if there's an arm up. Doesn't look like that. Got called. Seattle carries it down the boards on the far side. Canucks play it out to their own blue line. They'll skate out, get to center ice, and Bluger will chip it in, shoot it right in on Matt Murray, who plays it up to his blue line. P.O. Joseph stops the man at center ice. Canucks trying to dig the puck out. Seattle can't get it. Vancouver fights it, and Klimovich skates in on the backhand, puts it towards Matt Murray. He can't cover it. Back to the blue line for P.O. Joseph. DP shot to the front of the net, goes wide. Matt Murray didn't even see it. Canucks, Joseph pinches down to create a separation. Krastov tries to go short side on Matt Murray. And now Klimovich tries to put it up front for Krastov. Krastov puts it up for Ratu, bounces over Ratu's stick, and then Seattle Kraken work it out. Under 10 minutes left to go in the third period now. Absolute domination in this third period so far for the Vancouver Canucks. 9 shots to 2 so far in this period. Canucks have absolutely woken up. Seattle works it out through center ice, picked off there by Hronek. He'll play it over for Hughes in their own zone. Skate through center ice, puts it over the blue line, loses the puck though, and as he gets stopped, Seattle plays the puck behind their own net. Skates out over the center line, pass across the blue line. They'll stop up just above the faceoff dot, try and pass it out front. Baxter blocks it, loses his stick, picks it back up. Seattle recovers the puck, plays it down the boards. DeBrusk hounding his man, and Besser with another good stick ends up stopping that pass from getting away. Petey has to wait for his teammates to get on side. Couldn't wait, so he plays it back for Kudratsev, and the Petey line will go off. Kudratsev plays it over for Kane, who puts it into the corner. Kane throws a hit, can't come up with the puck. Seattle plays it to the middle, almost gives it away. Vancouver trying to come up with it. Now Vilander picks up an errant puck in the neutral zone, spins in his own zone. He'll start skating through center ice. He'll get to the red line, dump it in. Canucks moving on the forecheck. Vladimir first in, harasses his man, can't come up with the puck. Cootes can't get it either. Puck comes all the way back down for Kudratsev. He plays it out center ice. Puck bounces off a couple skates. Now Seattle picks it up in their own zone. The Canucks will change again. Quick changes here in the third period of play. Kapoo. Come on, Rust. Kapoo. Laughing and crying. Kapoo. Eric Hunter. Kapoo. Bluger's mom won the 50-50 last year. That's hilarious. Canucks pick the puck up. P.O. Joseph in his own zone, plays across for DPD, puts it up for Sherwood, can't handle the pass. DPD stops an entry, but gives it back to Seattle. They'll take a shot on Tolopilo, and he'll cover it up. Seattle trying to shove people onto Tolopilo. The Canucks are not having anything of it. So late push from the Seattle player, and he will absolutely get jumped on. And the Canucks have moved everyone away from Tolopilo with the one. Carty. Oh, looks like DPD and Carty might go. DPD ends up on top of Kardar. And he's trying to pick him up. Gives him a glove punch to the face on the ice. Number 12 talking smack from the ground. Ulrichson's like, hey, I'll fight you. I'll fight you. DPD doesn't take crap. Carty's a little bitch. Tries to shove someone onto Tolopilo, and he's like, hell no. And then Big Hog's like, fuck yeah, PD. Don't snow our goalie. Fight! Johnny Redbone, good to see ya. Sink the pink. Hug fest! Yeah. The boys gather for a chat. A couple hugs going back and forth. How did we not score? I don't know. Drink some beer, Russ. Laugh out loud. Thanks, at General. Trevor Linden. KJ Brazy the third. Drink a couple brewskis, stone cold Steve Austin style. Just like just smash them together and drink them. A Kapoo is a general or a boss. Strawberry, nothing is perfect. Canucks glow. Canucks glow. Chick Stakes Hockey. The general. At Kempner Canucks, we love the collaboration. Uniting all the fans. Yep. Wasn't Kapoo a Mexican cartel? Laugh out loud. Johnny Redbone looking much better in the third. Yep. Yeah, like this is crazy. They've now outshot them 12-3 in this third period of play. So absolutely turning things up to 31 shots in the game, 12 shots in the second. They're already up to 12 shots in the third period. There's still 7:50 left to go. And it looks like the Canucks are going to end up with a power play out of that. So it looks like the Seattle Kraken were given a penalty. Yeah. Cardi getting a penalty for driving the net. And getting absolutely dogged. Bluger jumps on top of his man. The boys are not going to mess around here. Not top bus, but official position. But has an official position. Guitar Kapoo. Where's that kid and his mom? Laugh out loud. Lecker doing great. Yeah. Dino's mom. Yeah, where's Dino's mom? Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's a cartel rank, Calvin. Second in command. Ric Flair. Woo! PD wins the draw. It's a winger win. Hughes plays it down for Kane on the half boards near side. Kane plays it back to Hughes. Kane throws it across for PD. PD throws it down low. Back to PD on the half boards. Back to Hughes. High slot. Plays it down for PD. PD skates down the bottom of the face-off circle. Puts it back for Hughes. Hughes puts it in front. And a deflection. And then puck dribbles in. Looks like Jake DeBrusk scores! Jake DeBrusk with garbage in front, cleaning it up, jamming it in, and the Vancouver Canucks have scored on the power play to take the lead in the third period, 3-2. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. And Big Mac's like, go, 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 boom. Yeah. So back to the point for Hughes. Shot to the front, deflected off of Besser, and then DeBrusk just jamming it in, it looks like. Yeah, I think DeBrusk might have been the last one to touch it. But if you see in the high slot, Besser actually tips it. And then, yeah, it looks like. So DeBrusk gets his stick under the goaltender and just pokes it right under Murray because Murray couldn't cover it up. And then Murray lands on top of DeBrusk's stick, ends up losing it. And so Big Mac donates a gifted membership coming over. Thank you very much for the dono. And then Huggin Humongous gets the free gifted membership courtesy of Big Mac. So thank you very much, Big Mac. And then just like that, right after him, Mr. General comes in and he also donates a gifted membership. KJ Brazy the third gets the free gifted membership courtesy of the General. Thank you very much, General. Thank you very much, Big Mac. We appreciate you guys and your beautiful donations to Dobby's college education. Keith says, go, 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 go. Daniel says, go, 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 go. Artie. And then Eric Hunter's like, I will not be outdone, and donates 5 gifted memberships for the goal to celebrate. That's now 15 on the night. Johnny Redbone, Sheldon, Nicole Warren, Josh Gold, and Fidel Point all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter. Eric Hunter, you absolute beauty. I appreciate you so much. Man, what generosity, dude. You're absolutely incredible. Eric Hunter, the GOAT. Eric, is your number 5? I feel like your number is 5, eh? Face off coming out to center ice. My goodness. Amazing stuff. Eric Hunter, you're absolutely so generous. That's crazy. Imagine if Heronic was in stream when Rev Trev, Rusty, and Chat was chatting shit about him because he just come out and score like 9 seconds into the third L. Laugh out loud. Hunter hype, General hype, Big Mac hype, so much hype in the chat. And then Big Mac's like, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. The Canucks goal song. 6 minutes left to go in the third period. Canucks in on the forecheck. Kane in, Cootes there as well. Cootes steps in from a touch pass from Kane. Lekermacki plays it up to Kane on the half boards, who plays it back to the blue line for DPD. P.O. Joseph shot. Tipped by Cootes in front. Matt Murray makes the save. Seattle throws it out to center ice. Stepping to the middle. P.O. Joseph couldn't get it. Now, clean break for the Seattle Kraken to the net. And Tolopilo makes the save. Clears it to the side, and the Canucks will flip it out to center ice. Oh my gosh. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Kraken move in. Play the puck into the far side corner in behind the Canucks net. Lose it there. Vilander plays it out for Kravtsov, who plays it over for Kudratsev, who's joining the fray. Ratu comes up with behind the net. He plays it back to the blue line, picked up there by Hughes. Hughes plays it across the blue line. Over Ratu, high slide. He shot towards the front of the net. Matt Murray tracked that well through the crowd, makes a blocker save. Kravtsov can't come up with the puck. Seattle flips out at center. Petey was waiting there with the line change happening. Hughes skates over the blue line. Petey skates to the net. Ooh, and then Petey got tied up going to the net. Hughes put it right through the crease. Canucks are offside, but they flipped the puck in, moving in after checking at the blue line. Seattle plays it up the boards. Intercepted there by Besser. Petey picks it up, stops on the half boards, looks to the front, goes to the backhand, stops behind the net, gets double teamed there. Now he's getting support from DeBrusk. Besser comes in, grabs the puck, back to blue line for P.O. Joseph, plays it across for D. Petey. D. Petey loses it in his feet for a second. Seattle double teams him, flips it out center ice. DeBrusk picks it up. He's in his own zone. He'll play it over for P.O. Joseph. Now Vilander gets it. Vilander plays it across for Joseph, plays it up for Bluger. Bluger skates over blue line, slapper to the far side, stopped by Matt Murray, and Seattle clears it out to center ice. Hughes picks it up there. He plays it out to center, tipped in by Bluger. Canucks moving on the forecheck. Ulrichsen and Sherwood are there. Seattle plays it up the board, so no hit, unfortunately. Canucks. Ulrichsen chips it in. Sherwood moves in. Seattle gets the puck first, puts it up the boards. Vancouver almost intercepts it there. Hronek. Hughes hits his man, so he can't get the puck. Now Hronek flips it out to center ice. Bluger hits his man. Battling on the boards right in front of the Canuck bench. Seattle comes up with it, plays it back in their own zone. Now they'll skate through center ice. Hughes picks it up, flips it. Oh man, almost a breakaway pass for Cootes from Hughes. Cootes getting in behind the. Oh no, that was Kane almost on the breakaway. Cootes joins him now. His line mates are out there. Lekermacki, Cootes, Kane, Kudratsev, P.O. Joseph on the ice. Oh, Cootes tries to play it back to the blue line, gets intercepted. Seattle plays it off the boards and out to center ice. Good work there by P.O. Joseph. Oh no, Kirill Kudratsev to block that. Back to the face-off dot. Seattle interchanges at the blue line. Shot gets blocked, ends up skipping out by Kane getting a foot on it. Seattle skates it in over the blue line, puts it down in the near side corner, rings it around the boards to the far side. Stopped at the blue line. Seattle plays it down the boards. Intercepted there by Petey. He backhands it out of the air. Oh, it's that time, eh? It's past the time, actually. So that means maybe we do this on stream tonight. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the third period. Dobby's about to get dinner. So since you guys didn't get Dobby last game, let's do that here then. Come here, Dobby. Okay, you guys ready? Dobby's delicious dinner. Live on stream. Getting some ASMR here. You can hear him crunch away. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Getting some extra Dobby content tonight, guys. Oh, yes. What a good boy. Looks like the Seattle Kraken may have taken a timeout here. Oh, yes. Sweet, sweet young man. Yeah, just over 2 minutes left to go. Face off just outside the Canucks zone. Dobby enjoying his dinner. We lost one. We'll pick that one up in a second for you, Dobberton. Having a struggle to get these last couple pieces out, eh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, my boy. What a sweet family. You come back here. Come back here. What a sweet one, huh? Look at him. 1:30 left to go in the third period of play. Yeah, go get that one, Dobby. This one. Thank you. Okay. There we go. All right, 1:22 left to go. Seattle has pulled their goalie now, so it's 6-on-5. Controlling in the zone. Oh, and the puck skips over the Seattle player. Canucks are going to take a shot, and boom, just like that. Pull your goalie and find out. Vancouver Canucks with with a lucky bounce over the blue line, and Evander Kane scoring his first goal in Rogers Arena in the preseason. And then Daniel Turgeon saying, $5. Good game, Nucks. Thank you very much for another dono. Daniel Turgeon. A pass back to the blue line. Kane picks it up just outside the red line and makes no mistake, throwing it all the way down the ice into the empty net. And the Vancouver Canucks had made it a 4-2 game here in the third period. Oh, yes. Evander Kane. Goal, says Mohammed. KJ Brazy the third. Dobbertons. Kane. Goal, 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 says Shannon. Banks is vanished. HSM Fangirl. Goal, 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 goal. McNally, 25 Leafs. Goal, 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 goal. Johnny Redbone. Beautiful. Mike Torrance. Yay. Vanished Kane's first goal as a Nuck. Just like that. Turgeon high. Yep. Who else gets the empty netter? Yeah, so Cootes scores one off his shin pads, and Kane scores one on an empty net. So puck bounces into the Canucks bench. Faceoff might come back down in the Canucks zone because it looked like that might have gone off a player inside the blue line. So yeah, it looks like the faceoff will come back into the Canucks zone. Our favorite pod dog. Woof, woof. Yeah, Dobby the Doge. Bang. Nice. Michael Chow. What's up, Michael Chow? Nice to see you. He's big. He's tough. He's whiny. And he has 9 on his jersey. He's not JT Miller. Yeah. He's big and tough. Laugh out loud. Seattle steps through and wins the faceoff. Battling for it. Sherwood chips it off the boards and down the ice. Big Hog's like, go, 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 go. And Dijon Mustard's like, woo! Kaner! And then Johnny Redbone's like, Kaner! Canuck fan's like, woo! Good game, eh? And then the general comes in and drops a gifted membership again. And that one goes out to Kent McGuire. Kent McGuire getting the free gifted membership courtesy of the general. Thank you very much, Major General. I appreciate you. Absolute beauty. Very generous of you. 9 seconds left to go. And then the puck goes out of play. So 8.3 seconds left to go in the third period. Looks like Rev Trev was right. How is Rev Trev right? That's crazy. Kane really impressed me tonight, says Dijon Mustard. Canucks win the draw. Puck goes down the ice all the way in the Seattle zone. And just like that, we got a final score. 4-2. Rev Trev called it. We're not going to mess around here. We're going right into it. Let's get Dustin Boydell on the line. And also make sure I got the right nameplates out for him. The like house tour, eh? All right, without further ado, in living color, we got Dustin Boydell. What's up, my dude?
What's happening?
Oh, you know, same old. Rev Trev predicting the 4-2 score.
Hey, well done. You know, the Canucks really turned it on in the third period there, which is huge. I really liked that. I mean, the shift of Kane for a little bit up to the top line with Pettersson and Besser seemed to get DeBrusque going a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good dirty goal on the power play there, working in front of the net to get that underneath Murray. Need more of that 5-on-5 from him. But I do like what I saw in the third period from everyone. Kane had a really good game. I thought he played well. Good work getting that empty netter to seal the deal at the end of the game as well. Him, Cootes, and Lekkerimäki actually looked probably from start to finish, probably the best line of the night. Once Kravtsov was playing with Ratu up the middle instead of Bluger, he started to play a little more fluidly. Not typically a defensive player, so not someone who really has a skill set in the bottom six. And I just, if they're gonna maybe give him his best shot, if he's gonna have one more shot, I don't know if he will after this, because that's 2 games in a row he hasn't really performed. And I think one of the reasons they're playing him on more of a defensive role in this preseason is to see if he's able to play a 200-foot game, because that's what everyone on this team is going to have to do. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what scoring titles you've won or whatever. It's going to be win by committee. And you could see that in the third period, how when all the lines kind of got rolling until the power play at the end, where DeBrusque got the go-ahead goal there. Everyone was just kind of working hard, keeping it in the Seattle end. I mean, the shots at one point were 11-2 in the third period for the Canucks. So
Yeah.
really good signs. Obviously, the first period was a bit ho-hum. I did pick Cootes to score first on your little poll, so
there you go.
I'm going to
Nailed
chalk
it.
that one up as a win for me. I don't always get your little polls right, but that one I definitely got right.
Yeah.
And they don't ask how; they just ask how many. So, I mean, obviously it's a preseason goal, but it's still his first professional level goal, and that's pretty cool for him. So, uh, I would expect him to get another hard look in the next game. Um, you know, it's going to be tough to decide where the best place for him is to develop. Obviously, I don't think the NHL is the right place for him yet, but what I'm seeing is very good things, and likely I'd be fine with him getting his 9 games, just for the experience. But definitely, probably back to junior for this year. Unless in those 9 games he just shows us lots. I mean, he got in some battles along the boards and things tonight and held his own. He stayed more energetic for the whole 60 minutes, I think, tonight, which is better than the last game. Um, but you know, he's a conundrum. It's a weird spot to be in, because he looks mature enough, he has the hockey sense and everything like that, and if he's in a second line role, does he necessarily need to have? I mean, you talk about this NHL body, it's like he's just as big as Philip Hedl. And what's the difference, right? Like, it doesn't need to be some big burly power forward. I mean, that's what we've drafted Vilmer Ulrichsen for, and that sort of thing. So I'm of the mind maybe he's pushing Hedl for that second line spot, because if the Canucks feel like he's going to develop better playing in the NHL and he's ready to make that leap, then I mean that's their prerogative to make that choice. I mean, it pushes Hedl down to the third line, and I mean, it allows them to really just give Bluger away for nothing, because Ratu you want to not really expose to waivers, and you would basically have to make him your fourth line center, right? Like, I mean, you expose Ratu to waivers, he's gone. Anyone's taking him, given his defensive ability that he's worked on over the last couple of years, and his face-off ability, and the offensive upside. I mean, he's still blossoming. He's a late bloomer, but there's lots of signs pointing to him hitting more of his ceiling than his floor. It's just taking a little longer for him to get there. I think the work that he's done in Abbotsford is really great, and I think he's got the ability to play at the NHL level. It's just there's such a log jam in those bottom two centers right now. Something's got to give, and there's gonna, there's the easy cuts, and then there's gonna be some real tough decisions for Alvin to make, because there may be one or two guys that get exposed to waivers that they don't want to lose. So some really important video to go over after this game, um, and then we'll see what lineup they put out there Sunday. And I would expect Monday Maybe even Tuesday. They're probably able to do business on Tuesday because the NHL will be open for business in the States.
Mhm.
I would imagine that's when we'll see a lot of the moves coming down. Probably Monday though, because they want their guys to clear waivers before Wednesday when training camp starts in the AHL.
Yeah, if I bring up the Canucks schedule here, you can see they play on Sunday, the 28th. And then, yeah, the 2 days there, the 29th and the 30th. So then October 1st, which you can't see on here, but this, trust me, this is October 1st. That is where they will be starting training camp in the AHL. And so, I mean, it makes sense that you would see over the course of these 2 days, one of these days, that's when all these guys are going to get sent down because then they'll be joining the Abbotsford Canucks and get their training camp started. So yeah, you're probably right. One more game with the Edmonton Oilers, and then they'll make their choices. And I don't know if they make the hard choices yet. It's probably like watching a dating show, right? Where the couples that you have no doubt, right? Like there's ones that are just like no doubts, right? They'll leave all the ones that we're all talking about to the very last minute. So you might even see maybe some cuts after the Oilers game, because if we click over to the October, you do see on that Wednesday, the 1st, you do have a game against the Calgary Flames and then the Oilers. So maybe you see a couple cuts before the Calgary game and then the final cuts like after that Calgary game, where you see then eventually the full lineup for this Friday night game against the final game of the preseason against the Oilers.
I'd say that's probably accurate.
Yeah. For tonight's game, the obviously very scrambly play for the Canucks to start, but like we said, man, 7 shots in that first period didn't look great. 12 shots in the second period started turning things on, and then Rev Trev's like, Hronek is terrible, and then he comes out and scores immediately. Chat's giving him the hell, right? And then he comes out and just launches a piss missile right into the back of the net on a beauty pass from that Seattle Kraken player, the poor bastard. What can you say about that? The game from Hronek, after he kind of settled in.
I could say we definitely need more of that from Hronek. It's great to see him unleash one. Actually, I saw Evander Kane's mic'd up from practice the other day, and him telling Hronek, like, why don't you shoot that? Like, shoot it right away. Just let it go. And then sure enough, tonight you see him in the game and he lets that one fly. And man, more of that, please.
Yeah. So for a game like tonight, we always talk about the 3 stars. If you're picking the 3 stars for tonight's game between the Vancouver Canucks and the Seattle Kraken, who are you choosing?
Ooh. I think I'm going
Kane, number 1 star with the empty netter.
Yeah, obviously. No. I think probably I'm going Jonathan Lecker-Mackey.
Mm-hmm.
And then try to think if anyone really on the Kraken had a standout game. Not really. Second star, probably give to Braden Cootes. And third star, maybe I give to DPD because he had a pretty solid game out there. And like one thing I forgot to mention is it really looks like there's been talk of like no one touches our goalies this year. I don't care if you take a minor penalty, but if someone comes near that crease, every one of you is in there protecting that guy. Because I mean, it's been 2 games in a row. Anyone goes near the blue paint, all 5 Canucks. It's like a swarm of bees, and it's just something I really like to see early change in the culture of sticking up for each other and working together, and just some more overall team toughness that we've been kind of begging for as Canucks fans to see. You can, I talked about it last year a lot, how DPD isn't afraid to push and shove and drop him if he needs to. And that kind of showed tonight, where he kind of paired off from the pile and got the better of the guy he was paired off with when he got to give him kind of the final chuck to the ice there. So yeah, I'd probably say DPD had a really good game tonight.
So the 3 stars end up being Braden Cootes getting the first star of the game, Jake DeBrusk getting the
Good for
second
him.
star of the game, which ends up being the game
Oh,
winner.
yeah.
So
Yep.
the classic game winner bias. And then Newman, even though it's spelled Nyman, ends up getting the 1 star from the Seattle Kraken. But he had the goal to start things off, and we've seen him a couple times now against the Canucks, and Newman has been looking really good for this Seattle Kraken team. So I'm not too upset with that. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. Lecker did have quite a game. He had 2 great hand-eye coordination moments where he knocked that puck down and created plays. So, and I did really like Lecker game tonight because I wasn't sold on him yet through the preseason and the prospects, but it seems like tonight he really started seeing his skating, he was reading the plays well, and Lecker maybe saw that Hoglander injury and like, mine.
Yeah, exactly. And I was watching you and Kempner a bit talk about like that wing and how if DeBrusk is going to be more of a passenger like Besser, it's just not going to work, and Kane gets up there. But when you see DeBrusk on the power play, when he's being that net front pest and getting into the corner and digging out the puck and getting it back to the point and then going back to the front of the net, I mean, that's what we need him to do on that top line. He can't think that just because I'm a first line, I got to play differently. No, play that way on the first line and be a first line winger and get 30 goals, even though they're bouncing off your shin pads or you're falling down and tucking it under the goalie. That's how you're going to get them. So, I mean, it was just good to see him getting one of those dirty goals, and hopefully that translates into some 5-on-5 play. And then, I mean, him and Kane can then be interchangeable between the first and second line. They can kind of swap back and forth depending on what the opponent we're facing dictates. And Foot has said they're going to be adaptable. So I don't think we should really ever get used to any set lineup. I think it's going to be fluid. I think we'll have pairs similar to the Foot system, but not quite as like strict as Foot. Like these two have to be with each other. But I think we'll see like pretty dedicated pairs. Like Besser and Petey, I think, are going to be pretty Velcroed together for the first, half of the season. If it doesn't work after half the season, then maybe split them up. But I don't see them getting split up soon at all. And so we'll have to see after the next 2 games what a little closer what the lineup is looking like. But so far, liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been hearing from the whole coaching staff. It's all about adaptability, right? So we might get set on some lines that we think that work really good, but depending on what team they're playing, they might set up the lineup differently, and that's all part of the game plan. So it's kind of funny because obviously Foot and Tocchet are really good buddies, and so I think Foot's trying really hard not to put Tocchet under the bus, but he's also like, we can't play the same game against every single player or against every single team. So the lineup will change, the game plan will change, and they'll play against teams differently, which is going to be great because you have to play differently depending on the night. Against, if you're playing a super defensive team, super offensive team, you're going to play a completely different game. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's like, no, you have to play your game. Well, guess what? My game might be adaptability. So from the sounds of it, we might be, actually, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm stealing a segment from another radio show. With the
You've never been more wrong than
Adam Foote
wrong,
and
though.
Scott Young, right? Both former Avalanche players. Are we going to see an offensive scheme similar to the Avalanche back in the day?
You know what? We probably will, because that's what Foot learned, and he talked a lot about playing with that team. Give me 1 second.
Getting live action from Dusty, moving through his new house. I think he might even be outside. Oh, he is fully outside. Just getting an old delivery, getting the post-game pizza. Live action with Dusty out in Chilliwack. Nothing nefarious happening there, right?
Not at all. It's legal in Canada.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, overall,
All right.
the game kind of went as we expected it to. pretty scrambly to start. Things came together once they started playing a little bit together. Do you expect to see a very similar lineup in the next one, or are we going to see almost a complete flip into a completely different lineup for the next game against the Edmonton Oilers on Sunday?
I think we'll probably see a few more of the veterans come out.
Yeah.
They don't need as much time, obviously. So yeah, I would expect that to change. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who comes out for who. Obviously, and that goes with like the cuts, right? There's some of those guys that they're probably going to want to take one last look at and may I mean, Sassen's probably going to be in the lineup for sure. Carlson's probably back in the lineup. You're probably going to see Mancini back in the lineup. Myers, Demko might want to get another couple periods in. He may want, and then what I would probably expect is Demko to play 2 more periods on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then one full game, he'll probably play like the second last or last full preseason game before getting into the start of the regular season.
Big Mac's asking for a crib tour, donating $5. And we won't do it today, but maybe someday we'll get a crib tour with Dusty in his house, show us all of his hardware.
Yeah, we can do one. Not tonight because Oliver's already gone to bed, so we don't want to be waking him up.
And Big Hog wants some of your pizza.
I got to get it ready first.
Yeah. So our Canucks logic moment of the night. 2 Canucks that we're very excited about. Cootes and Evander Kane both get their first goal in a Canucks uniform. One's off the shin pads, one's into an empty net. Canucks logic, right?
Hey, they don't ask how, they just ask how many. Right, we always say it on the golf course. If you get an ugly par or anything, there's no pictures on the scorecard.
Nope.
When you see a 4-2 victory, no one's gonna ask tomorrow how they scored. They're just gonna ask who they scored and who passed it to them.
Yeah. The last thing I want you to talk about the power play, because they got a couple there. They ended up going 1 for 2 on the power play. And by the time they got to the power play, they were already looking pretty good. They looked very dangerous. The pucks were moving. The rotation was happening. A beautiful thing to see.
So refreshing. I mean, the urgency to get the puck to the net. Enough of this like analytical high percentage shots only. It's volume. I mean, that's always been the logic in hockey, like forever. It's never changed. It's pucks on net, pucks on net, pucks on net. Like the top 4 teams that were the last 4 remaining last year were 3 of the top 6 in shots on goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it's no surprise why certain teams win the Stanley Cup. It's not just because they're in a tax-exempt state. They have coaches that say, if the puck is on your stick, get it on net, because if you don't get it on net, like the Walter Gretzky saying that gets attributed to Wayne all the time, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Dustin, we always appreciate the analysis and for you stopping by for the, I guess that was our 100th Rusty Dusty Sideshow earlier, or
that was episode 100 in the intermission.
Episode
there
100.
I cannot believe that we are there already.
That's crazy. And I think this is 84 for the post-game show, so we're getting up there. Numbers will be at 100 post-game shows sooner than later.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, we'll be close to 200 Rusty and Dusties by the end of the regular season. I mean, with the Abbey Canucks games mixed in, we're going to hit 200 easily.
Yeah. We'll have to sit down with the schedule one of these days because I don't think the chat is ready for the amount of streams that we're going to be doing. I think in October we do like 7 streams in like 8 days or something like that. Like it's going to be absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you sent me the schedule the one time. I should pin it in our chat there because it's like, whoa.
yeah. Dustin, anything you want to say to chat before I let you go?
Oh, you guys are awesome as always. By the way, I forgot to say thanks to Kempner for the compliment on the hat. Love this one. And have a great weekend, everybody. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the love. Russ, appreciate you. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend, and we will talk to you on Sunday.
Yeah, talk to you then, brother. Have a good night.
Cheers, you too.
Dustin Boydell, the Silver Fox, stopping by. Just the right amount of scruff. You love to see it. All right, let's hop back and chat. I'm quite gullible, says Big Mac. Mine, says Big Hog. Leckermacki and Cootes go to Malhotra and see ya soon, beauties. That could be Smirky. You know one player that hasn't been mentioned yet? Drew O'Connor. I haven't heard a lot about him. He's been there, but hasn't been doing much. Mike Torrance. Thanks, Russ and Dusty and crew. You're very welcome, Mike Torrance. Johnny Redbone, Calvin, I would do that trade in a heartbeat. Blueger and a pick for a 2C. Yep. Thanks, Mike Torrance, is Big Mac. I want to talk to you on chat soon as well. Smirky McSir, getting worried about Brock, but that's standard for the Canucks fan. Yeah. Canuckland, Sasson could be a more versatile O'Connor. Yeah. Klimovich, Blueger, a pick for a 2C, and Kirby Doc is what I suggested, KJ. I doubt Montreal would do it, but yeah. Why so worried about Brock? Canuckland, Kirby Doc is more injury prone than Hedl. Oh, then I don't want him. Dang, I keep forgetting about O'Connor. Doc, Drew O'Connor, Doc. Josh Norris, yeah. Quinn Hughes' best friend, get him over here. Calvin and Charlie, because Brock lost his Onyx when JT left. Laugh out loud. Canuckland, Brock has chemistry with Hedl and PD, he will be fine. Yeah, I like that take, Canucksland. The whack. Yeah, all the way out in the whack. Wow. Walking it off. Laugh out loud. Calvin 99 Charlie, no one got the reference and the D-man right, Dusty. W Dusty. Dijon Mustard, now I want pizza. Johnny Redbone, Russell, and Dustin, thank you both. Russell thoroughly enjoyed the show. Thanks, fellas. Thanks, Eric and all. Great comments. Thank you, Johnny Redbone, for being here. It's nice to have you, my dude. It's always good to see you. Pizza! The rest of the story. Pizza! So funny. KJ Brazy the third. I'm gardening right now as we speak. Why are you gardening? It's 10 o'clock at night, bro. You got like a spotlight outside? Canuckland, Dusty, Big Hog wants some pizza. Feed the man. Yums. Is Dusty on the toilet? No. Oh, that's not suitable. That would be on our OnlyFans. But nothing is perfect OnlyFans. Gardening, I like that. Laugh out loud. I didn't know KJ Brazy had the green thumbs. Just mowed 2 random tall cans of Campbell's Chunky. Oh, Campbell's Chunky. Campbell's Chunky soup. I like to see Mancini with Wielander. Vilander. Dijon Mustard. I agree. I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's a whole lot of swashbuckling back there. Smirky McSir. I'm sure he just wiped. I'm fine with someday. Campbell's Chunky mechanically separated soup. Is that what mechanically separated soup? Can't wake up the baby. Katie will be mad AF. Correct. Yeah. Imagine that, bro, just roaming around late at night for a house tour, laugh out loud, laughing and crying. Super Slade. Food coma. KJ Brazier the third. MTV crib style. Campbell's coma. Yeah, you crush a bunch of Campbell's soup and then pass out. Vanish. Canucks played a very similar game to Pittsburgh tonight. Down by 2 and fight their way back. Could be some good things ahead. I agree, Vanish. I'm feeling good after tonight. 8 them cold, by the way. I don't need no heat. Just going in, Van Isle. Preparation. Cold Cambies. CC. Absolute cheeched. Interesting. PD and Quinn change spots. Yeah, Smirky Mixer, I like that. Because the thing, if it becomes too predictable, teams can read it. It's all about adaptability. They should be able to play to any situation they're in. I'm disappointed with Hughes. He's not better, says Dijon Mustard with the like sarcastic face. Such a beauty, PP. Last year was so draining to watch. Canuckland, PP was almost as good as the gyms. Huh. Never. I don't think anything's as good as the gyms, eh? They got the chemistry. Letterkenny reference. Kane or Brock on PP1? They were both on PP1, actually. The gyms are fucking beauties. Both. Yeah, both were on PP1. Calvin 99 Charlie. KJ does PS have a cloud where you can play games, the system, without buying it? I think there's certain games you can get for free, but I don't know which ones. I'm ready, says Dijon Mustard. Put me in, coach. I love Dijon Mustard, by the way. And I love you, Dijon Mustard. I don't think so. KJ raises the third. The Silver Fox, Big Dusty. Daniel Turgeon, MGD going down good tonight. Daniel, that sounds great. And this is some homemade ginger ale that my wife just made me. I finished my water and tequila. Now it's on to some ginger ale. Yay, love to see it. Oh yeah, it's Preet new for Xbox. Just thought I'd ask. Ain't he a beauty? Just the right amount of scruff. Dijon Mustard. See you Sunday. Always fun. I gotta go get pizza. Have fun eating pizza, Dijon. Thanks, Dustin, says Eric Hunter. Rusty and Dusty, Rusty and Dusty, Rusty and Dusty. And after this, we pick up a much-needed win. The Vancouver Canucks are back in business. Manga. The best show on YouTube. I'd never miss a Rusty and Dusty show, says Calvin 99 Charlie. You'll love to hear it. KJ Brazy the third. Rusty and Dusty. Couple of beauticians, eh? Rusty and Dusty. Vanish. Heading to Toronto tomorrow to see the Leafs play the Habs. Gonna wear a Canucks jersey in the lower bowl. Hell yeah! Vanish, get a picture. Get a picture of yourself in the stadium and send it to me, okay? You can send it on Instagram or Twitter. Send it to me. Big Hog W. Josh and PD have history. OnlyFans? Vanish going deep into the enemy territory. A. What's OnlyFans? Is it safe for my 5-year-old cousin? No! Gotta go, guys. See you on Kempner. The general going over to Kempner. All right. Swear jar. Let's quickly have a look at the donos because you guys went crazy tonight with the donos. So let's bring that up here. Going all the way back to the start. Dino becoming a member again. How's that even possible? Daniel said, sorry about last night's last game. Great recovery, though. Countdown says Big Mac, $2 dono. Big Mac says, fuck off, $2 dono. Muhammad shows up with a $3 dono, and it says, how's it going? Dustin shows up, drops 5 gifted memberships. Daniel drops $2, say, would be awesome if Verlander scores tonight. The General, step it up, Russian, says the General. Big Mac, $2 dono. I'm the juggernaut, bitch. Big Mac donated gifted membership. The General donated gifted membership. Daniel Turgeon, gotta be lucky to be good. So Daniel Turgeon was the one who said that. I will give you credit now. Daniel Turgeon, gotta be lucky to be good. Cootes is the keeper, I agree. $2 dono. Big Mac, $1 in the swear jar. The General, $1 in the swear jar. Big Mac, what the fuck was everyone doing there? Correct. We don't know. And it ended up in the back of the net. The Vancouver Canucks getting scored on there. Another $2 dono from Big Mac. Eric Hunter dropping 5 gifted memberships. Big Mac, honest opinions only. Goaltending sitch. We're in a very good spot, Big Mac. Let's say that. $2 dono. Daniel Turgeon, Canucks take it here in the third. You were absolutely right. $5 dono. Totally correct. General. This was the, I think this is the goal from Heronic here. Donated gift of membership. Eric Hunter, another 5 gifted memberships. Canuckland, become a member. Big Mac, using his monthly membership message to say, Eric Hunter, nothing kapoo. I did it right. And then Eric Hunter, he's like, 10 gifted memberships isn't good enough. Here's $10. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter. You're crazy, brother. Big Mac, $1 dono for the swear jar. Then he gifts a membership as well. Thank you very much for that one. The General gifting a membership. Eric gifting another 5 gifted memberships. So I think that's 15, bro. That's 15 gifted memberships. Daniel, good game, Nux. The General donating another one. Big Mac saying visuals not great, more light, and IRS in and out. Yeah, it was all whacked out there for a minute. And then Big Mac asking for a Cribs tour with a $5 dono. You're crazy, Big Mac. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Let's end the poll question as well. So who gets the Hoglanders roster spot? And 57% of you are saying Cootes, 19% are saying Sasson, 13% are saying Ratu, and 11% of you are saying Bane. So Cootes, the winner of the poll, getting Mr. Hoglander's spot on the roster. Yeah, the Canucks end up winning. Who would have thought after that terrible start to this game, Vancouver Canucks pull it out and win the game? You love to see it. Hashtag you love to see it. Yeah, so a reminder, everyone. We will be live for the next game against Edmonton. Which is in September still. So let's go back to September. So we're going to be live for the game on September 28th. We're going to be live on September the 30th for our Be a Pro stream as I try to become the Canucks next second line center. And then we will be live again for every game. So we got the Calgary Flames on the Wednesday and then the Edmonton Oilers on the Friday. And that's the end of the preseason. Will be live again on the 7th as well for the next Be a Pro. So we're going to be live a lot. You're going to get a lot of Nothing is Perfect. So get ready. Get ready. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Eric Hunter, for the donos. Thank you, Big Mac, for the donos. Thank you, General, for the donos. Thank you, Dustin, for coming on. Thank you to Kempner Canucks. If you haven't done it yet, he's probably live right now. So go check him out. Kempner Canucks streaming. Let's see if I can even bring it up here for you kids so you can see what it looks like. I know, you guys all know Kempner Canucks. Yeah, here he is. Yeah. Kempner Canucks live. So make sure you go check him out. And yeah, I think we'll call it there. Thanks everyone for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. You guys are absolutely beauties. I'm going to go hop over and watch Kempner Canucks as I unwind. So you guys should do the same thing. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be live during every single Vancouver Canucks game. So be here because it's going to be a lot of fun. And until Sunday against the Edmonton Oilers, remember, my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. And make sure that you make good choices.